draft board up.
All right, Cal. It's just about time. I can take these off because what we are here to do today, we are here to do a live prize card draft here on Game Day Squad.
We're live?
We are live.
Beautiful, beautiful. What are we live on? YouTube, Facebook?
YouTube, Facebook. So definitely go check us out there. YouTube, the comments are going already. There's a lot of people excited. If just for some context, this is a once in a kind event that we do here on Game Day Squad. All of our seasonal winners, they get together to do this event together. So this is an exclusive event. You need to be invited. Guess who didn't get invited this year?
You. I told you at the start of the year I was going to beat you. It'd been a couple of years in a row. Not only did I beat you, I've actually got myself entry into this. But I'm very far down the list because there's a lot better coaches that we'll be celebrating today.
Yes.
And of course, Aussie Rules live prize card draft. So talk about a little bit about how this is. So if you are brand new to the prize card system, how it works is these are our seasonal prizes for our coaches.
Yep.
They get to do a draft today and select a player that they want to create a prize card for. Now, this prize card is going to be one of one. It's going to be the player that they select, and it's going to have their squad name written on it forever. So it's a bit of an in-game trophy, but not just that, Tom. It's got a 1.4 times multiplier and a 600K salary cap hit. So it's a pretty handy card to have if you're running around in Classic and in Challenger. So not only do you want to get your hands on it, you want to get and select a player who's going to be an absolute stud. So
for sure.
So you, long time ago, you had Bailey Smith. I've got a Rosie from a long time ago. And yeah, I'm going to be adding to his collection today, but it'll be far down the order. I'm excited. Have we done a check to make sure everyone can hear us? We're all looking good and everywhere we need to be?
Yeah. Do you just want to pull up the comment section? Let's just make sure everybody can hear us. If you can, and you are watching along live, please let us know. Are you hearing us okay?
So so we are on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, I've got my eyes up there. Let us know if you are hearing us clearly. Everything's going well. We're going to have a bunch of different coaches come on today, Tom. We've already got a few in the green room that are itching, including the number one pick is going to be joining us today in the Seaman. So I'm really excited to see who he's picking. You've done all the collecting of the lists because everyone's had to send in their list if they're not going to be here to draft live. I'm flying blind. I have absolutely no idea who is going where. I've got one person on my draft board. I might share with you later. There's one name written on this.
One name.
I've only done prep for one player. He's on this board. So if that player goes early, then I'm in trouble. So yeah.
Jeez, you really
Skip saying we can all hear beautifully. So.
Okay. Let's go. Thank goodness. Well, yeah, look, today, as you sort of alluded to, I'm in a really unique position here. I don't get to pick again in this event. So it's great. I get to just really see it for how it is, see it for what everyone does. I know you sort of spoke about strategy, but you're probably not going to give away too much. I just want to get into a little bit about, like, when you are watching this draft, if you're not involved in the event and you're wondering what's going on, as Cal alluded to, this is a special collectible that our seasonal winners get. And this collectible sort of has a little bit of a superpower in our game. They're very good. And so you really want to nail the card that you're getting. And of course, you get to keep this card forever, unless you want to trade it or sell it away.
Won't be doing that.
Yes, but you know, the strategy that goes behind this is very different depending on the type of coach you'll see pick. You'll see a lot of people early on go for some of the young superstars in the game. You know, they're not too concerned about the averages for some players, although a lot of these coaches or players anyway will have some of the best averages. But what you'll see is as we go down, the strategy will really start to change. You'll get to see the difference between coaches who think are like, win now. I want a card that has a good average now. Maybe he's only good for another season or two, but I get to sort of compete at a high level next year with the card. And then you're going to see people take some chances on some players, which that's the most exciting part for me. We're going to see some of our best coaches over this entire season where their heads at with some of these young players. Who are they going to be targeting? What teams are they targeting? Are they looking for an opportunity that maybe someone steps up into a role? Are they just looking at a team that they think is potentially going to score really well? That's the beauty of this. There is no answer for all of these picks. There is no wrong pick at that as well. This is the pick that they get to make and they get to keep. So as I go along, I guess I'll critique it. I sort of have my own strategy if I was involved, but just know, take it with a grain of salt because I won't be participating in this draft today.
Yeah, just remind that when Tom starts slagging your picks, just remind him he doesn't have one. Tom, we've got some announcements off the top, though, that are going to be important for prize card selections for next year. So as everyone knows, there will be a few changes to the competition structure, which you might have already seen start rolling out with our women's Aussie Rules game.
Yep.
Our basketball game that kicks off this Thursday night, if you are interested, that's going to be an absolute ripper. And our football as well. So we're going to have it next year. So the classic competition is going to remain a one card prize card limit.
Love it.
But the challenger competition is going to have a 2 prize card limit. So at the moment, it's got 6 special cards.
Yep.
That's being reduced down to 2 prize cards. So as coaches make their selections today, they're going to be thinking about that. There is potentially some new places to play prize cards in the future, but the main 5 competitions that exist at the moment are still going to be the main 5 competitions to be playing them. So
Okay.
So what do? Do you go, like you said, someone best available to get you back here in the seat next year on the draft, or do you pick someone who potentially is 18 and you're going to have an as a mid squad for the next 15 years? I can't wait to see it. Like I said, you can kind of see my one player I'm picking. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm ready to rip in and see how we go.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess we've gone sort of through all the formalities in terms of why we're here today. Let's talk about the draft in itself. So we're going to have 33 picks today in this draft. We're going to put a countdown. You'll see on the screen there. It's got 1:30 under our little Game Day Squad logo. We're going to try to keep each pick between a minute 30 seconds. We are going to have some people calling in, which is amazing, to make their picks live. So we'll chuck on some headphones and you should or will all be able to hear them through the stream as well. So if you're wondering why we have headphones on sometimes and not others, it's because of that.
And just a reminder, if you have said or you haven't told Tom that you want to be part of this live card draft and you do want to have a selection, just let us know. I'm on YouTube. I've got the comments up. We can flick you the link so you can get up here if you do want to make a change. It's the only place you can make the change. Tom's got the list here. The font is so small I can't even read it, but that's locked in unless you're sitting in that chair or the other side of the screen, I should say. Do coaches have to be video or can they go audio only if they choose to make their picks?
Oh, look, I actually haven't tested it with that. Like, there is a chance.
I guess we'll find out in real time if you try to do that. So, yeah, let us know. I've got the YouTube comments up here in front of me. If you're saying, hey, I've changed my mind or freed up, let me know. We can get you on here.
Absolutely. So, again, I've got the Holy Bible here. Stop looking. You're not allowed to look at any of this. I've got everyone's
blank
picks.
Google sheet.
I'm going to make sure that when we go through here that everyone's going to get their absolute preferences who are picking off the list. And then if you are coming in live, I will just have to note down who you have taken. And then we'll do a couple of recaps. I reckon every 10 picks or so, we'll sort of evaluate the field. We'll have a look at who's been taken, maybe who hasn't been taken. And then we'll continue the draft.
And if a player hasn't sent in a selection, which there are currently a couple, what happens?
Okay, that is a good question. What happens is that you are allocated the highest averaging player based on our stats center. So if you are not able to make it, or if you haven't made a pick and you're wondering who they will get, we'll go to the stats center. We'll filter by average, and then we will go down that list until someone that hasn't been taken in the draft, and then they will be automatically selected for the particular coach. So,
yep, all right, that sounds good. I wouldn't personally want Zorko to fall in my hands. I know he's got a pretty good average. I don't know how much use of Zorko you'd get. So if that is you, please get your pick in. Is there anything else we've got to cover? Are we going to start ripping into some picks? I know we've got people sitting there waiting, ready to rip in.
yeah.
Is there anything else to...
I don't think so. We are just waiting on our number one pick to come back to his chair at the moment. He's currently not here. So, but once that happens, I think we're going to get started. It's going to be an amazing time. Look, it might go for a little while here, but we're here for a good time and for a long time. We're going to be seeing people's strategies, who they're going to be drafting, but it's going to come down to this. I've put it in the description. It's really, these are our best coaches, so they know what they're doing at the end of the day, and ultimately they're going to get the card they think is going to help them to compete in Game Day Squad moving forward.
We've just got a couple of questions. So if I want to, Skip says, if I want to change, we say it here, not Discord. No, we're not taking any changes in any chats this year. It's not like last year. Your pick is going based on what you submitted, unless you're live on stream with us here. It's just going to be too much of a mess around. We made that clear. So
the issue is with that, Skip, is that you're in a big latency. So we're actually well far ahead of you in the future. We're actually doing this from the future.
Well,
so when you make these picks and
guys.
selections, we're not going to be able to see that in time when that countdown goes down. So to eliminate that, we have just made it so the list has been sent, or for people who are coming in live, they will be able to make their selections.
Right. While we're waiting for the Seaman, our number one pick and champion winner in 2025, to find his chair, I want to talk about how. Well, I want to talk about a tier one in this draft because I do have one name on my sheet. I'll be honest, it's not from tier one. It's someone that should be in tier one, but he's not in tier one. Um, I think there's a pretty clear four, maybe five coaches this year that I would put in that first category.
Yep.
I reckon there's a few. It's going to come down to need. I know a few of those boys at the top already have a few. I don't know who's going number one. You could
Yep.
tell me one of four people.
Yeah, for
Five,
sure.
five, you'd have to really love them, but four people, and I wouldn't be surprised. So I'm really keen to see how this goes. Did you have a tier at the top? How many
Yeah,
was it?
definitely. I think there's a clear cut. Oh, you could almost go 5 at this point
Well,
for
you've got
me.
your rankings there. You've got
Yeah.
Smith.
Bailey Smith, number 1, just because of the average in his role. And Isaiah Wanganeen-Miller are number 2 because he's a defender and could be the biggest cheat code in terms of getting a special card for in that position. Number 3, I do have my boy Errol Goulden. Swan goggles are completely on. Number 4, Nick Dacos. And number 5, Harry Sheasel. The only reason he sits for me, the Harry Sheasel at number 5, is because that, like, I'm a little concerned at times that his role changes. Like, sometimes he plays in that sort of mid or halfback role where he's getting,
There's
50 disposals and having some of those games. But we saw at a stretch this year, he did struggle when he was forced to sort of, play in the guts full time or play forward at times as well for North. It's just not going to be the role where he's going to, succeed in.
I think if you have any doubts about Harry Sheasel, just go back and watch that game where he set our GDS record, and all your doubts will be gone. Why you want to set up we see Louis is back in his chair. Why you do that? Do you want to send Ganners the link? Ganners wants to know if he can jump into the stream and make his pick. We'll get Tom to send you that pick. I don't know where you're picking Ganners, but congratulations on getting in the draft if you do have a pick. But while we sort that out, is it almost time we get our champion up in the chair?
Yeah,
And
what I
he
might
can-
do, let's make this easy because I'm coordinating all this. I might send you the link and then you can just cheeky send the link to people.
All right, yeah, I am doing none of the heavy lifting here today. It took me 24 hours to write down this name. That's as far as the prep I've gone for this. Tom has been doing all of it. So,
Yep.
yeah, I guess
Well,
I
look,
can do a bit of heavy lifting.
I
I am
can
just
see-
looking at the YouTube comments though. So if you are following along, you do want to get in YouTube comments. Way to go.
Is the best place. But we have Louis, who is here. He's going to be ready to go. We're going to cut to our number 1 coach over the entire season. This is the C-Man, or one of the boys from Blokes on the Ball. He's had a terrific year, finished first in champion. If I'm not mistaken, this is his first time taking at the top spot in the Big Dog Champion comp. It was Ripper.
Awesome year, not
performance.
just in Champion 2. He got all the way to the Cup final of the GDS Classic Cup.
One of the biggest underdogs of all time has taken him out, who I think we will see a little bit later. He might be calling into
He
this
will
draft.
be. Louis
Pretty
shaking his head.
unbelievable.
I did tell Louis, I'm like, I am rooting for the underdog there, but it's only because Louis had such a strong year. I knew he'd be here at the top. So I reckon we bring him in. He can get rid of the suspense. Find out who's going number 1 this year. Who went 1 last year?
That's a great question. Cherry. Tristan Cherry went number 1. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome the C-Man from Blokes on the Ball. Mate, Louis, how are you going? Number 1 in champion this year. You've had a fantastic season overall. You dominated across most of our competitions, let's be honest. But how does it feel to be sitting at the pole spot in number 1?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It was nice to get a win in the first season playing champ. So pretty good year, really.
Fantastic year. Yeah, absolutely. We have some ultimate competitors. We'll meet one of the
It was
one of
pretty
the
close.
coaches
It
of
was
the
only
club.
about with 3 weeks to go. I think you took over the lead of Jurgen, or not took over the lead. You're at the front, but where I think you really put some gap in, and from there he had to really make a few swings, and I think he won pretty comfortably in the end, as comfortable as you can be at the top of champion.
Yeah, I had especially the last 2 weeks. I had really good. I think Danny might have been chasing hard and just had a bad week, and that was enough for me to kind of seal it.
Mate, fantastic. I've got to ask you the question that everyone has on their mind. Do you know absolutely who you're taking with this number 1 pick, or have you had to decide between a couple of players, knowing that the power is in your hands? No one can influence, no one can impact your draft today.
Yeah, I do think there's two clear top players to take. and I'm lucky enough to have one of them 2 years ago as my first ever prize card. So that makes it nice and easy for me. I've got the other bloke who I've got ahead at number one, and it's going to be F1. He's going to be the Bailey Smith of 2026.
I love it. I love it. I think he's about to spoil it. So, Louis, go ahead, make your pick. Who are you taking? Number one prize card selection in the 2025 GDS draft.
Yeah, with number one, I'll take Harry Sheasel. Thanks very much.
Fantastic. What are those doubts that Tom was talking about 5 minutes ago? Absolute stud. Broke the GDS record for points in a game.
He did.
And what is he? Still 21? 22?
Yeah, he's pretty young.
He's pretty young. He's going to be in your squad for a very, very long time.
Nah, fantastic pick, mate, and a fantastic year. As we said before, what a season it was. You cleaned up, and if anyone wants any advice from a number one competitor, they do actually do blogs and help people set their squads every round in Game Day Squad with blokes on the ball. So if you haven't checked that out, I would highly recommend, because we have our champion, the number one coach of the season, willing to give his advice round to round. So you should definitely check it out. It's where I go for all of my fantasy news.
Well, I was clearly going more because that's a big help for me getting here.
Yes.
And I know your other boys, who we'll see a little bit later on, were also part of it as well. Tom, people are just saying turn up my mic a little bit if you can. Louis, anything else you want to say before we let you go and enjoy your prize card draft? Or
Just
prize card?
hold it.
Maybe it's just
another year. I'm just interested to see who takes the equivalent of Reed or Philippou later in this draft. I think there'll be some spicy takes.
There absolutely will
Stay
be.
tuned, mate.
I reckon
Stay
Cal's
tuned.
in for a big could be the person to do something like that. But Louis, mate, thanks so much for your time today. Congratulations again on a great year, and we look forward to delivering your Harry Sheasel for finishing number one in champion for 2025. Thank you, mate.
Cheers. Thanks, fellas. Bye.
Louis there, our number one pick in the Seaman, Topper champion, also helping out with blokes on the ball. Been fantastic this year. Tom, pick two isn't joining us, but they have sent us a video that they would like us to play. I'm a bit nervous about this because I've just seen the photo, and I don't know if I was told that this was the video, but take it away, maybe. This is Jurgen, who was our champion last year. He had pick one, so he slid down to pick two this year. Still a great year.
Let me just show you what Cal is seeing. Jurgen, fantastic competitor in the Game Day Squad platform. He is a multi-sport athlete, as I think we call ourselves athlete, or coaches actually.
Multi-sport coach. Yeah, he's doing quite well in a few other things. I know he's big in the football, big Liverpool fan, which is always the right club to go for there in the Prem. So
I don't know about that. Anyway, let's move on. Number two this year, he'd be very happy. He's got a collection of prize cards already due to his hard work and dedication to the sport. He's another elite competitor that we have here, but he wasn't able to make his pick live. So we have had a video sent in by him. I quickly went over this video. I'm unsure as to what we are about to hear, but what I do know is that he is going to be making his pick on this video live, as he was unable to join us today. So I guess with that being said, we're just going to have to find out.
I am nervous. Take it away.
Anyway, I have pick two. This guy is very handsome like me. He's a good guy. I like him a lot. I met him last week. He's a good guy. He's going to score a lot of points. In fact, he's going to score all of the points. There's going to be no points left over. His name is Bailey Smith. He's a very good player. Not as good as me, but he's still very good. They're eating the cats. In Geelong, they're eating all of the cats. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the draft and don't make the same mistake Joe Biden did. He forgot what year it was and selected Tom Mitchell. Very bad mistake.
I hope everyone could have heard that because that was really good. That is Bailey Smith being selected by Jurgen / Donald Trump as the second pick in the prize card draft. Tom, that's a pretty good pick.
Yeah, that was my number one, just based on the average itself. But look, he's a little bit older. I just think the role at Geelong, the way he's been playing, the utility of also being at Geelong, playing in the finals, it's a competitive team. We assume they're going to continue to be competitive. I know the whole thing with them is they're getting older, the bit of the retirement.
Not
But
him.
hey, when you're still Jeremy Cameron kicking, was it 80 plus goals this season at that age? I feel like you're going to back it up with a pretty good year.
Stay
after
tuned.
that. So fantastic selection. Yeah, would be. I think it's the consensus sort of. He's a top 2 pick either way, and he's been able to get him at number 2.
I think he's a great pick. You can't go too wrong. He's great, and he's also got Holmes there, who does some of the takes some of the attention away sometimes, which is good.
For sure. Do we just want to make sure that everyone heard that because they had to have listened to the beauty.
I had some hey brilliance, so I'm assuming they heard it. So Nick Dacos is still on the board, and he's a very good footballer as well.
Nick
So who do
Dacos.
we have coming in at pick 3?
We have Nick Dacos, we have Goulden, we have a lot of players who honestly are pretty worthy. But I'll tell you who we do have coming in here. We have.
Can we, before we do this, can we just say Louis, who was on before, selected number 1, he says we're already reaching at pick 2. So a few strays being shot from Louis there, the Seaman, our champion winner, towards runner-up Jurgen. But Monkman, did you say?
We are about to have the Monk Man coming on. I'm just going to make sure that his feed is coming through okay. He should be able to hear me from my end, so he knows
Why he
his
does-
time is slowly coming.
I can hear you.
Excellent. The Monk Man can hear us, mate. We're just waiting for you to come on to the stream, and then I'll flick it over live, and we'll be able to have a little chat.
Oh.
But there's the availability of players, as we were just talking about, is fantastic.
Yeah, it is pretty good up here. Like I said, tier 1 was pretty clear. There's still a couple more in there. I really like Dacos. I was dreaming of a few players up here, but I knew they definitely wouldn't fall through. But Dacos is a goodie. Your boy Goulden, healthy run in preseason. He'd also be pretty good. Don't forget that he was an absolute stud for 2 years in a row, and I expect him to bounce back. But I'm really interested to see how this one goes because the Monkman's got a few cards, but he's done it pretty well this year because he doesn't have. He says himself he doesn't have the A-grade legend. He's got an Ash McGrath, I believe. He loves trotting out, and he wasn't doing so well for him. So Monkman's got here through just absolutely nailing picks after pick. I think that's been shown in not only his performance in the Starter Cup this year, where he made it all the way to the final.
Oh, yeah.
And then, yeah, obviously his performance in Starter and stuff as well. So Monkman loves delivering. We're going to get him on in a second. He's a big favourite in the Discord and in the Game Day Squad community. So
Have you guys got me up there? Can you see?
Not yet, mate. We're just waiting to get you up here. So
What am I missing? I felt like I clicked share a screen. What do I need to do?
we can see you. It's on us, mate. It just needs to filter through what we're doing. So don't stress. Sit tight, and we'll get you on pretty soon.
Oh, sorry.
Don't apologise, mate. That is all good.
make sure if you are following it along, we are watching the YouTube comments as well. So if you've got something that you want to say to the show, jump in. I've got it here in front of me.
Are you ready?
We're
The
ready.
man, the myth, the legend himself, the Monk Man is live here on the stream, mate. Firstly, congratulations. Third this year in champion. You've got the third overall pick. That has got to bloody feel good here.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm quite excited. I think the fact that you keep misnaming my only legend, Ash McGrath, it's Andy, shows you how bad he actually is as a player. He's not very selectable and he doesn't get a lot of possession. So we've had to do it the hard way, but it's been fun. And the boys before Louis and Danny have been fabulous giving a bit of advice on the way. I've been reading a lot of their articles and yeah, it's been a great season. Very exciting.
Is very exciting. I have to spill some beans to you, the Monk Man. Apparently, on his sheet with his number one player, underneath it says, "I love smooth peanut butter." Can you confirm that Cal does like that?
I do love smooth peanut butter, but I also love crunchy peanut butter, and I want those allegations to stop.
Yeah, no, those allegations will stop, but I also like Game Squad merch, and I haven't got one of them yet either, so we need to sort something out. It's very cold here in Melbourne.
We owe you a big jar of peanut butter from a bet last year. We owe you a Game Day Squad hoodie, and in a second, we're going to owe you the third pick prize card selection. You did tell me who it was going to be. You knew pretty early, but I've heard some rumblings.
Yes, there's rumblings.
There's rumblings. Would you like to share some of those rumblings?
So I will be officially selecting Zaya the Messiah Wanganila with pick 3. To be honest, I'm surprised he picked 3.
Smokes. Yeah, same.
He's a wizard. My daughter's first game as a Melbourne supporter was watching the Saints come from three-quarter time to the biggest AFL VFL comeback in history. So that was a wonderful initiation into what it's like to be a Melbourne supporter. But she had a great time. I did too. And as Isaiah kicked the winning goal, I was like, I think I need him for a prize card. However, I will be trading my prize card with the traditional owner of the website, Jurgen. And we will be exchanging prize cards because I want the Tristan Sherry card of his from last year, the 2024 Tristan Sherry prize card that he took at pick 1.
Wow. There we've got moves. You've got a bit quiet on there, so I'm hoping we heard all that, confirming he's selected Nasiah Wanganeen Millera, but the pick's on the move for a Tristan Sherry prize card that was formerly Jurgen's. Is that correct?
Correct. That's exactly right. There's been a little bit of EPL multi-sport sideways shuffle. There may or may not have been some smooth peanut butter exchange as well.
Don't tell me Callum was a part of that deal.
Three-way deal. I've actually moved up to get my guy because he's going top 5.
Yeah.
I've got to stop it.
Oh, that is funny. For anyone that is along in the chat, I know there are some people saying about maybe an echo, something like that. Just see if that is any better. But the Monkman, fantastic pick, but sad to see that it's not coming home.
Well, you know what? We need a ruck, and he's a beast. He's got a massive ceiling. I love him. You know, maybe we take our daughter to some North Melbourne games. Maybe the D's can get rolled by them instead.
Yeah, look, Tristan Sherry is going to be a very, very good ruckman for a very, very long time, and I guess
he's still on the board too. If someone else, Monkman's talking him up. He's saying he should be going here next at 4. He wants him that bad. Well, again, Nick Dacos sliding. That's awesome, Monkman. Thank you so much for not only being part of the community but also jumping on here tonight. We love having you. You do great things, and I know you're hoping for some good results in the football overnight as well to continue that success you're having on the platform.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for having me.
Cheers, legend.
Bye.
Wow, trades already at the top.
Trades already at the top.
Well, I'm not opposed to moving up in the draft if someone wants to flick me a message. I've got one name here. I want him badly, and if I don't get him to him, I'm in a bit of trouble. But it's not about me, this pick. This pick, pick 4, who have we got?
We have the Beast Mode Madison getting ready to come up here and make his pick. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's called a bit of an audible, which I love. He's going to be joining the draft. Is that right?
I mean, if it's working.
Alrighty, let me get you set up. I'll confirm once you're working. But Cal, initially we were going to have this pick coming off the list, but he's gone, no, I want in some of this fun. I'm coming into the draft. So let me quickly get that set up. But let's talk about number 4, Nick Dacos is still available.
Well, yeah, why Beast Mode? So Beast Mode second in the Challenger competition is going to be selecting here at number 4. He said, like you said, he's going to be jumping into the stream. If you want to do the Audible and jump on with us as well, just flick me a message on Discord. I'll send you through the link that we've got. But Tom, there's some good players available here at 4. I would love to be selecting one of them here, but I believe we've got him here with us. Pick 4 in the draft, Beast Mode Madison.
Welcome
along,
mate. Well done.
And congratulations on last night. What a dub for the Lions.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you. Am I live right now? Am I on?
You sure are, mate.
You are, mate.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, thanks. It was. I went to Melbourne for the prelim, well, not prelim, the Geelong game last week, and that was no good. So yeah, nice to get the win last night, definitely, and yeah, maybe go back there in a couple of weeks.
And even more importantly, you're now drowning in some of that success with the Lions. You've come to this draft, the number 4 overall pick. What everyone wants to know is who will you be selecting? Are you surprised with how the draft has gone so far with some of these selections, or were you expecting sort of that to come off the board?
Oh, pretty much as expected. I thought Nasiah and Sheasel had to be in the top 3. I would have loved one of them. And then I think there's a bit of a blanket over a few options there. So been umming and ahhing about my pick a bit. Probably sent Tom one too many emails asking to change, but I've come to a conclusion.
You have come to a conclusion. Well, mate, taking the number 3 or 4 overall pick in this draft, Beast Mode Madison, what will that pick be?
I'm going to lock in the Sydney Swans gun, Errol Goulden.
Oh, I like it. I like it. That's a goodie.
I thought you were about to say James Rowbottom, but Goulden's pretty good as well. He is also a fantastic option. We definitely maybe one for better for the prize card.
No, that's awesome, mate.
Yeah.
Congratulations. He's an absolute stud. Had a bit of an interrupted year, of course, but we can't forget how good he was. So was he top scorer? He was second last year and then a top scorer the year before that.
Yeah, I just looked at his scores over the last 3 years and he's just been so good. And I was tempted by potentially defender options, knowing how good it can be to just have one of those on your field every week. But just thought, you know what, let's just get the best scorer I can find. And Errol, I think, can hopefully go pretty well in that.
Absolutely. And Errol Goulden also went pick number 4 in last year's draft. So it looks to be a player that just time and time again is going to be up and about these top spots. So will always be a card in demand. I love it.
Well, look, I won't give away what the player is, but something I have found a little interesting is that there actually was a change from their number 4 selection. We won't give away too much of the inside but it's good that Beast Mode came on because he's been able to select a player that is different from what he would have gotten if he didn't. So if you do also want to make that same opportunity, we would love to have you all on here. Beast Mode, thank you so much for coming on. What a ripper season you have had. I feel like every year we get to have this chat with you with getting a prize card. And of course, the same this year. What a fantastic effort. And thank you so much for hopping on, mate.
And thanks for all your work with Blokes on the Ball as well. We've seen 2/3 of the Blokes on the Ball boys. They've been fantastic this year and a big reason why a lot of people are picking up at the top of the draft. So thanks again, mate, and congrats.
Yep. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate all your work. Thank you.
Thanks, bro. Have a good one. We are back. So now, number 5.
Wow. All right.
Cheeky 5. Who do we have at number 5? Number 5 here we have is the Hastings Hornets. And I know that Hastings Hornets will also be joining us. We're on a bit of
we're on a tear at the moment.
Roll.
This is good. Hastings Hornets, the winner of our classic competition this season, was pretty dominant, had a prize card Bont. I know that was just doing wonders for him at different parts of the year, but you got to have more than a Bont running around for you to do well. I believe we're going to have him on stream here, Tom, but Hastings Hornets is going to be here with the 5th pick.
Hastings Hornets, are you ready to come hop on this stream?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
We sure can, and everyone is about to hear you. I'm just going to flick you over now, mate. Everybody, welcome to this draft, the number 5 overall pick in the Hastings Hornets, mate. What a fantastic season. Congratulations and welcome to the
Cheers, boys. Oh, fantastic. I would have got on last year, but I was so low down the order. Didn't seem appropriate. But this year, got up there and it was good. And pretty much
absolutely,
the plan.
You've had a stellar season.
Yeah, well, the plan I had last year was take someone, like you said earlier, was take someone that might not have the years left, because I had a green there and a few other options, but I love the Bont. And the other thing about taking a prize card, I reckon, is take someone you love to watch. Absolutely. And then you can't really go wrong. So I love the Bont, and he's brilliant at the game, kicks goals, kicks the ball a lot. And it worked out perfectly. Even though he missed the first 5 games, I was able to come back after that, and he was pretty phenomenal for most of the year. And at the end of the year, just absolutely blew them away and gave me a bit of a margin. So I had a stress-free sort of last couple of weeks, which could have been really stressful if it was close.
Oh, that is funny, mate. That is very funny. You know, one of the notes that I had written down for your pick is there was some amazing coach that somehow didn't come to this draft, but eliminated you out of the Classic Cup a little earlier this year. It is unbelievable that he's not drafting.
Outrageous. Hate that bloke. I can't remember his name. He's pretty irrelevant, I heard. But...
That is Tom's great achievement for 2025. Absolutely. Knocking off the Classic winner. Was that in the Starter Cup or the Classic Cup?
It was the pinnacle of my season.
Classic Cup?
And the even better part is it's a needle in a haystack for me. If you go back through the 24 other rounds, I probably lose 23 of them. But the one round I get to match up against Hastings Hornets, I've got the win, and that's what it's about. So
lucky made the most of it.
And what made it even more impressive was you had your prize card miss late withdrawal.
Yes.
Yeah. Damn.
Can't use the prize card excuse for it as well. It was just pure intellect and great decision making, which is very rare for me this year. So I'll take that win.
Well, lucky he made the most of it, mate, and was able to go on and win the cup. No, you were eliminated the next round.
Yeah,
next
round. You went the next week.
Hastings Hornets, you're on the board now. Pick 5. Who is going to be your selection this season?
I can't believe the way this draft's gone. It's sort of worked out absolutely brilliantly for me. I think I'm taking the best player in the league and a 21-year-old who is just a freak. Everyone loves watching him. People, or they either hate watching him, which makes it fun too. Nick Dacos, absolute freak.
Unbelievable. Congratulations, mate. What an absolute pick to get at pick 5. Like you said, going to be an
Unbelievable.
absolute
Stoked.
stud for the next decade. And I reckon if you had a prize card, Nick Dacos, you'd learn to love him pretty quickly.
I reckon I will. Cheers,
Sure,
boys.
mate. That is a fantastic pick, mate. Brilliant. At number 5, like if you look at the season overall, so many times would he have been in the squad of the round, just within the top 5 scoring mids, and now you get to have this player in the prize card edition, and I'm assuming you'll be rolling them out very, very often in 2026. Hastings Hornets, thanks so much for your time today, mate. As we alluded before, a
Cheers, boys.
fantastic season, well deserved, and now you get to walk away with your prize card. Nick Dacos, just in a couple of weeks' time.
Cheers, boys. Have a good one.
Mate.
Thank you, mate.
Wow, imagine sitting there at 5 and Nick Dacos forced you. That's the dream. That's what I'm hoping for at pick 28 with this bad boy. One name, if you're just joining, that I've got written down here. It's the only prep I've done in shambles if it doesn't get to me.
I haven't seen what's on there yet, but I'm hoping it's in shambles when it gets to you, because I would love to see a live you just running around trying to work out what you're going to do. But anyway, we get to experience that a little later on, mate. You're going to have to wait, 20 plus picks or so. What we get to do now is we get to head over to the number 6 overall pick in this draft. Classic finishing number 2 is going to be the Arrogant Frogs.
Arrogant Frogs, he's going to be joining?
Arrogant Frogs will not be joining. So, funnily enough, for the first time, we're going to start our countdown, and I'm going to work out here live who the Arrogant Frogs is going to be selecting, and then we will shortly, or announce that shortly after.
Yeah, well, we just got the chat here going on YouTube. So if you do want to jump in and follow along, everyone's having a chat away. There's a few comments that we've got coming through. I'm not sure if they're a dig at you saying that Martin's actually did his ACL. I think people are seeing him in your draft rankings, and I think that's a shot at you.
That's fine, because let me just look. He's going to be the Bailey Smith of 2027. Who's worrying about next year when we've got a dynasty draft here and we're talking about cards from season to season? When he does finally come back and gets into form, I'm a little optimistic about what Nick Martin's going to be, potentially being a forward.
Well, good for everyone. You don't have a selection this year, so we'll have to see if someone else has
last
that.
time I selected, say this, I picked Bailey Smith, and that 2-year window after, he became the top scoring player in Game Day Squad Fantasy. So hey, it's up to you if you want to believe me or not, but I know a thing or two with forwards and success in Game Day Squad.
Mate, you've got 20 seconds to get that pick sorted for Arrogant Frogs. We've got been a long time asking, can we change our picks? No. It is either going to go based off what you've sent through on the list, or we can send you the link and you can jump up live to actually make the selection. Because as Tom said, there is a little bit of a delay. So we do need to get this in to make sure that everyone's on top of it. So if you do want to jump in, make any changes to your list, please message me on Discord. I think I've already got a couple of people doing that.
Alrighty, let me just give you the breakdown with this selection. Arrogant Frog selected, the full 6 players. It has gotten to his number 6th player. So just for some context, without giving away who was, you're going to know in this instance, but when I do it later, I won't tell you the players who we've, skipped over or has left. But we have locked in the number 6 overall pick for this draft, Cal.
I'm just checking. I've just had a message come through. Just want to be absolutely certain that this is not this coming through. That's from later.
Is this coming through now?
2 minutes ago. Just want to be certain. But we do have the rules. So, have you got the pick locked in? Because, again, just want to remind, if you do want to make the change, you do have to jump into the stream. We can't make picks live.
Interesting. What does chat think we should do?
No, we've got to roll with it. Otherwise, it's going to be too difficult. So, pick in.
Pick
you got it ready?
mate.
Have you got it ready?
The pick is in. I've gone off the list. Unfortunately, we're going to have to do this. Otherwise, the entire draft, we're going to have to make this exception. And I tell you what, I don't think he's going to be upset with his selection at all. Cal, I'll let you announce this one. This is going to be the number 6th overall pick in this draft, going to Classic or Champion.
Classic.
No, it's not. It's going to Classic,
Second
the
place.
second ranked place in Classic.
Yeah, I was chasing Arrogant Frogs all season long. All right, who have we got locked in at pick? Oh, no. At pick 6 in the game day squad Aussie Rules draft, stealing the one player I had written down as my pick, Arrogant Frogs is going to be selecting Will Ashcroft, Brisbane Lions superstar. Congratulations. That guy should have gone at 1. My draft's in shambles, but I'm very happy for you.
Firstly, chat needs to hop in with this reaction. Who thinks at 28 they're getting Will Ashcroft? That has to be the worst draft strategy I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, we can dream, and I was dreaming. I was sitting there last night watching Will Ashcroft run around, and I'll go, you know what? This guy's actually the man. And as agreed by Arrogant Frogs here at pick 6, is coming in and has selected Will Ashcroft. Fantastic pick.
That is fantastic, mate. Let's move it along. Do you know where we're going now? We're going pick 7, and we're going with someone who is very well known in our community in the Fez Monkeys, finishing 4th in champion this season. He's had a fantastic year. Normally, he would love to join us. Unfortunately, could not today, but he's going to be on the clock. He sent through his list. He knows exactly what he's going to be doing here. I'm going to reset the clock, do the 1:30, and let's get his selection sorted.
I think there was just a bit of miscommunication there at pick 6. I think maybe there was the wrong name sent through, but that's on my end. So Will Ashcroft looks like the right pick. So apologies for the confusion, the back and forth. Remember, if you do want to make a live selection, it does need to be jumped up on here with us to announce it. Otherwise, Tom's got his list. We won't be able to make changes. Who did you say we've got coming up here at pick 7?
The Fez Monkeys.
Oh, Fez is pretty good at our game day squad. Fun fact about Fez, he's the only current coach that there is a rule named after, and it was because he'd been so dominant, we had to introduce the Fez rule. So he is pretty damn good. I see what's happened here with the pick 6. Don't worry, he's got his man. He got exactly who we wanted. So pick 7.
I'm going to flip it to you.
All right.
I want you to announce it. Actually, I'll put it in front of you so you can announce it.
With pick 7 in the game day squad, Aussie Rules, prize card draft, Fez selects, Connor Rosie, the bad man from Port Adelaide. Great pick, Fez. Great pick. As you know, there's a couple of good prize card Rosie owners out there. I happen to be one of them. Fez, welcome to the club. We meet on Wednesdays just to talk about how good he is, potentially going down back next year to be a defender. I reckon he's going to be a set and forget in some classic squads if you've got a prize card, Rosie. I'm pumped about that. Great pick, Fez. And I'm surprised he didn't go with his boy, Tim Kelly.
Come on, mate. You can't be doing that to Fez. Next pick in the draft. I may be mistaken here, but do we have Cash Money waiting in the room ready to go?
Cash Money, the third of the blokes on the ball.
Is that Cash Money ready to go? Hello? Maybe not.
For those wondering, he's not sitting on the floor. Tom's looking down at another monitor. Cash Money's not under the table hiding.
He's not.
No. We've just got the rest of the draft order lining up there. Who have you got as your best available at the moment while we wait to see if Cash Money is going to come on and join us for pick 8?
Nick Martin is my current best available player. I had him as my 6th ranked player for the draft. But again, the mindset with it, and I think it changes a little bit, is you either need to look for a win now play or you need to look for a long-term play that could help you succeed. And in my opinion, knowing that he's probably going to be a forward moving forward in the league, and with his average and how much of a difference maker he'll be in terms of sort of your top forwards in comparison to where we know he can score at around that 120 to 130 range in between there. I just think for me, I would take that risk. I know it's a bit of a risk coming off an ACL, but someone like him, so young, who has so many great years left.
Yeah, he's obviously got a bit of a risk on him, but you like that. You like taking someone that's going to be injured and then come back and bouncing back. So I don't think Cash Money is going to be joining us. So we've got to find out, Tom, who he's going to be selecting. Pick 8.
Let's do it. Let's find out.
I think this
who
is
he's
where the
gonna be
draft
selecting.
starts to turn a little bit. You've gone through the tier 1. Now there's a tier 2 of what do you do? Do you go after an absolute stud that maybe doesn't have the longevity? Do you start to think on the younger side of some players? I'm keen to see what people start doing from here.
Now this has to be the roguest pick that I've seen. You know, I can't say that. It's not in comparison, but this could be heading into Philippou waters.
I was thinking, is this Philippou Arias? Who I'm not sure who grabbed Philippou last year. I still believe in Philippou.
Long term for sure.
He went 12 to Rangi. So I still believe that Philippou, but
Right, Cal, if you would like to make the announcement, I will flick over who the pick is as you're going.
with pick 8 and just announcing in my DMs he cannot join live but sends his love to everyone and the third part of the blokes on the ball. Cash Money will be selecting Lockie Ash, GWS. Now, he's a pretty good defender and someone who is sneaky young. I think he was only 24 when I was doing my research. So, him out, Whitfield out, Ash in, an absolute stud to have running around in your back line there. What do you think of the pick?
I think it's early, but, as we said, like you've got to consider with someone like Cash Money who has been to this event before, he's had prize cards before. You're not going to want to just continue to draft the same sort of prize cards. You're going to want to get some variety so you can play them across your competitions. I have a feeling some of that might have come into this, and also the speculation that Lockie Whitfield is getting a lot older and that Lockie Ash is primed to he already is one of the best defenders in all of fantasy at least. You said he's a good defender. That's debatable, but in terms of fantasy, he's a great defender. But what he will do is he'll get his hands on the ball a lot. He's going to take the kick-ins, and as Lockie Whitfield just starts to phase out, I think he's going to step up maybe even that little bit more and become more of a lock in your defense, being, as you said, sneaky young. So nonetheless, it's a very good pick. It's a great player, and we're going to continue to roll with this draft. How good?
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, we can take off our headphones because we don't have anyone coming in live. I am seeing a bit of a theme, though, with this, right? People are going for non-midfielders. Now, the play there being maybe midfield is a lot less set and forget. With defenders and forwards, you know the groups that you want a little bit more. Maybe that's why we haven't seen any rucks as well, because people are looking at that going, you know what? It's a lot more matchup based. So
isn't it pretty absurd that Tristan Cherry is still on the board as well?
Well, Tristan Cherry last year, where did he go? He went 1. So we had 2 ruckmen in the top 5 last year. Rowan Marshall off the back of high scoring. He was absolutely fantastic there. So, yeah, we're coming up to pick 9. Who will be selecting? And
absolutely. Let's take it away. With pick number 9 is going to be the person in champion that finished 5th this season. Owaka Park FC will be selecting with this pick. I do have their list. I'm not sure. I don't think it is who is in this waiting room right now, but maybe can we confirm that as I'm going through here to speed the draft along. But some massive names still on the board, as you said. Like Jordan Dawson was pretty good this year. He hasn't been taken, and maybe fair enough. Don't get me wrong, but it's just interesting to see that different people have this different mindset of what they want. And as you can tell early, youth is the most popular theme of them all.
Yeah, I think this is where you start to go into the list where it's someone like a Dawson, a Bont, Butters, a Rowell, an Anderson, a Dunkley, just guys that are absolute studs at the moment. But you're going, is that what I want? Is that what I want right now? Do I want someone a bit younger? Do I want the upside? And it starts to really become, is it based on who you've got? Do you have a prize card? What competition are you aiming for?
Yep.
Are you just trying to get the best prize card so you can sort of trade it for something else or sell it on for something else a little bit later? I think this is where it starts to really open up, and I'm pretty excited. So we've got someone in the weight room, but do we know who we've got? I think Tom's trying to figure out who he's got under the table here for whether or not we've got pick 9
Hello,
live
mate.
with us.
Can you hear me? Hello.
So just to recap for those following along, who has gone so far, we've had Sheasel at 1, Bailey Smith 2, Wanganeen Miller at 3, Goulden at 4, Nick Dacos. Yes, Nick Dacos at pick 5. My boy, sadly, Will Ashcroft, gone at 6. My other boy, gone at 7. A lot happy about that. Connor Rosie. Number 8 was Lockie Ash. And number 9, Tom, how did we say it? Owaka Park FC. I always
Yes.
wondered how we
Owaka?
pronounce that. Yeah. I've always wanted to make sure that I get that one right. Owaka Park
Well, look,
FC.
let's hurry this along. I've got the pick in. I'll announce this one.
Oh,
It's been a little bit since I've announced one, and
Yeah,
I'm
right,
feeling
go
in
on,
the
go on.
mood.
Love a
Alrighty.
copy.
The number 9th overall pick in this draft going to the champion contender, Owaka Park FC.
The champion contender.
The champion, so coach, Owaka Park FC will be selecting his number 3rd overall preference in Tristan Cherry.
Oh, okay. First ruckman off the board, and it's the big X.
Just
Oh.
spoke about him, hasn't gone yet.
Yeah, so
He's gone.
he is gone. So the rucks this year were interesting because if you actually look at total points, so Cherry obviously missed a couple more games, but average points, he was the 6th highest ruckman. But man, he had some big games. And we showed last year how dominant he can be. Obviously, one of the younger, the ruckman. I don't mind the pick. If your plan is every week I want to roll out the big X in my squad,
Yeah.
fantastic.
And for a ruck, he is absurdly young. If you look at the other top rucks in the competition, he has 5 less years on these
26.
players. You
Yeah.
know, he's 26 years old, and ruck age and dog years, we all know this. So they can be very, very effective later on as well, just because of the style and the way they play. So, you know, I guess from the perspective here of Owaka Park FC, you've now got a ruck that you can start with their special card for the next, 5 years. 6 years. And the big X he's fit enough to be the number 1 ruck, a sole ruck who doesn't need a backup to come in and sort of, impact his fantasy potential as well. So nonetheless, a really good overall pick and the oldest person we've taken in the draft so far. And he's not even that old.
I was going to say, is he the oldest? Yeah, he would be. We've actually taken no one, over the age of 24, so before him. So that is fair enough.
Alrighty, let's move it along in this draft. So what we have here,
Dan's Dynamos is asking, did someone take Lockie Ash that early in the draft? Yes,
He
Dan's
did.
Dynamos. Lockie Ash has gone at pick 8. So he's off the board. We move to pick 10. Final pick in the top 10. Tom, who is going to be selecting?
we have the coach who finished 5th in Challenger this season, Sloth Kings, who will be selecting at number 10 in this year's prize card draft.
Ooh.
I am going to reset the clock. I'm going to start it, and I am going to quickly work out who will they be selecting, and then we can do it. I reckon we should do a recap after this. Let's go. The first 10 picks will be in after this.
Yep.
We'll be able to see who's been selected, what our thoughts are so far. Let's interact chat as well, because you're going to be a little bit behind us. Tell us right now what you think of the top 10 overall picks. Any surprises? Maybe Ash will be the common theme. Who knows? Or if you would have done anything differently yourself.
Yeah, get the chat. We've got it open here. Sloth Kings has had back-to-back prize card selections. So 2 years ago,
He's a
they
fantastic
selected
competitor.
they came second in Classic and picked up Zach Butters with the 12th pick.
Butter
Great
him
pick.
up.
I still don't know if you've still got them, Sloth Kings. But last pick in the draft, pick 20, picked what you called steal of the draft, and that was Tom Green at 20.
I did.
So you have liked his drafts before. I'm really interested to see who he goes here at 10.
I don't know how well that Tom Green steal has aged. Like at a point of the season, I was talking about this is the comeback we've been waiting for, and then he just seems to really fluctuate in form over the years, and he's just not as dominant as we saw, when he came in as a youngster. But I'm still pretty optimistic overall that Tom Green's a great fantasy player, and it's still at number 20 to be able to get someone like him is still a very good decision either way.
Yeah, and I liked it last year too. So he's gone mid. Does he go mid? The pick is in. You're going to be running it down. Are we announcing pick 10?
I'll announce pick 10 again.
Oh, you're feeling it.
I'm feeling
Go for
it.
Yeah, right.
With the 10th overall pick in the Aussie Rules prize card draft 2025, the Sloth Kings will be selecting Tim English. English gang. And that's why I had to announce the pick again.
No, fair enough.
Back to back.
Makes sense. I should have picked that up earlier. English gang means we've had no ruckman in the first 8 picks, but back-to-back rucks to finish the top 10. Tim English is pretty good, and a couple years ago...
In my notes, I'm writing down 10th pick, English gang. Is that fine?
That's fine. I'll know who you're talking about there. 2023, Tim English went 3rd in the draft, picked up by MP66. And then a couple of
And
years
he went
ago,
in a draft before that, did he not?
yeah, he did pick 2. Football Club FC picked up Tim English in 2022. The year Noah Anderson went pick 1. So, yeah, there's a couple of Tim Englishes running around. He's a good player, and when he's on, he's absolutely on.
Yep.
So, and I know obviously you're a big fan of that. So,
I'm a big fan.
picked your favorite pick of the draft last year, you called it, and then into your boy at pick 10. So, fantastic.
That's back-to-back years. That Sloth Kings, we must think alike, but clearly not enough because he's in this draft and I am not. So very good selection either way. The top 10 picks have come in, so we're going to do a quick review. And for anyone that is here live and maybe missed out, Harry Sheasel, number 1, Bailey Smith, number 2, Nizaya Wanganeen Millera with the 3rd overall pick, Errol Goulden, Nick Dacos at 4 and 5, Will Ashcroft, number 6, the Connor of the Rosies, Cows Boy at number 7, Lockie Ash number 8, the Big X at number 9, and then English with the number 10 overall pick. Very interesting with the draft so far. You know, as you said, and you said it a bit earlier, and I guess it was a theme, but it wasn't as prevalent. But now it definitely is. There's not as many mids as you would expect to be taken at this point, and you've still got top mids for the season like Jordan Dawson. So for those win now coaches, we're going to be sitting there thinking, you know what? I just want to get a player that I know is going to dominate next season. I think it could open the door for some changes here, and people might think a little differently.
This is good. So I'm having to make some selections on the fly. I'm picking in 18 picks, so I'm not nervous yet, but I will be soon when I start. Hopefully, a few of these names that these gun midfielders are still there for me. Tom, a few comments that have come through so far during the top 10.
Yep.
People love the Ashcroft pick. You know what? I do too. Absolute star. Great.
Yeah,
pick.
you thought he's coming at 28 though.
Yeah, it was a dream.
Okay.
Mighty Hoss
Fair
from
enough.
Game Day Society has said, try picking Bailey Smith 3 years early, Tom. And he's hit you with a wink, alluding to the fact he got Bailey Smith the year before you did, so you're late to that party.
Damn.
And Ganners is saying English at 10 is wild. Is that wild good or wild bad, Ganners?
I think when you say wild, I look at it in a negative.
Yeah, I did too, but I'm just trying to give him an out.
Yes.
I like the English pick, but again, rucks are going to be hard. Does that mean you have to play English now every single week next year?
Yep. So what overall we've had 1, 2.
Skip wants to change his order. Audible, Skip, get on the call. Message me on Discord. I can send you the link. We'd love to have you jump up and change your pick.
Skip does have some time. He's got 9 selections between now and then. But absolutely, Skip, if you would like to come up, if you would like to make that call, we just need you to be in the call to do it. Otherwise, I have to go off the list. So just make sure you're in there. Cal will sort you out with the link to join live.
And Bales is also saying, get me the link. Bales, check in Discord. You're coming up in just 3 picks time. So that is now in your Discord. Jump in the green room. I believe we've got someone sitting there waiting to go. What picker? We don't know. They're coming in yet. The blank screen.
Yeah.
We are in the green room, currently sitting there. Just send us a message so we know who it is. Because we don't want to miss out on your pick being selected. But Tom, pick 11.
Pick 11.
Pick 11, outside the top 10, but still some pretty good players. Who is going to be selecting?
Outside the top 10, but definitely top 10 talent still available at that. So pretty good spot here. And I feel like if you're live, you'd be pretty excited about who you're going to be getting. Of course, you write your list knowing that in the dream scenario, who you're going to get.
What about?
But we're going to have.
What if I do this?
So wrong, but so right. Who finished 5th overall in champion this season. He's going to be selecting with the number 11 overall pick. I'm officially going to start the clock. Let's get this draft back and started with the 11th pick to Sarong, but so right.
All right, on the clock, Gannis says, English saved my season, so I'll give him his props. Yeah, English did finish off pretty well. There's a few different ruckmen at different points of the year. It wasn't like last year, I think, where Cherry sort of stormed home and it was gone at the start. I think there was a few more ebbs and flows throughout the year with rucks. We've got someone coming in. Is that what you're doing with the picks? No, you're just getting that ready to go. Pick 11. Is it in?
It's going to be in a second.
Oh, I don't think we'll go see a third ruckman here. I wonder, does Gorn go today? Dominant, but for how much longer? Jordan Dawson, the highest averaging player available on the board, like you said. Bont also there. And then Lockie Whitfield. Does he get selected? He is old, but he's also very good. So the pick is in. So wrong, but so right. Pick 11 in the 2025 Game Day squad. Aussie Rules draft is Slex Noah Anderson, Gold Coast Suns. That's a good pick. I liked him. He scored some good goals. He scored a ripper of a goal last night, and he's a damn good player to have in your squad, particularly if that Suns team continues to rise. I like that pick.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
You've got to like it. He's the captain of the club. He's been a very good fantasy contributor for a pretty long time. He's young. He sort of ticks a lot of the boxes. I guess the one thing that maybe he doesn't tick, and if you want to get a little critical, is at times his average hasn't been as high as some of the other star midfielders. But he can get forward, he can get dangerous, kick goals, as you said. I feel like as a midfielder, he kicks a lot of goals. And if you're looking more of a round-to-round basis, then you really want that sort of upside from those players. We've seen him crack 150, 140 throughout multiple times of this season. By all means, will he be one of the best players heading into next year if he continues on the path that he is currently on? So a great and a fantastic pick there.
And I love it too. I love it too because he's got his running mate in Matty Rao, who I also think is going to go off the board here at some point pretty soon, which means that it's not just one player that other teams need to worry about. You don't have to worry about every time you go up against someone, it's going to be Anderson getting the tag. That is not always the case. So I really like it. Love seeing the Gold Coast Suns boys. Unfortunate about last night. I don't know if anyone was at the game, but there was a fair amount of Suns fans there. It was actually awesome to see. My favorite thing was people were actually dressing up as Suns, like as Suns as a costume. I don't know if people have seen Semi-Pro with those sort of Suns. It was absolutely fantastic. Loved seeing it.
That's
and
funny.
they were definitely louder than the Lions fans. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of that Suns team. I would want some stock in that for sure. So, Noah Anderson off at pick 11. Congratulations. So wrong, but so right. Number 12, Tom, who's going to be selecting?
We're going to have Dan's Dynamos coming in. Finished 6th overall in Challenger this season, but Dan's Dynamos is now officially going to be on the clock, unless you can confirm whether he will be coming in. But from my understanding, he didn't indicate that he would be able to be present for the call, so I'm going to go off the list, and I'll start preparing that now whilst you get some
He's been in the
confirmation.
chat, but I don't think he was going to be joining us. Kerm in the chat has just said Suns with some love hearts and Suns colours. Miss you, Kerm. Apologies for your Suns last night. That was it was tough. It was tough. They just weren't up to it. But you made the finals and you've won a final, so that is definitely a win. Oh, best available on the board here. Geordie Dawson? Or are you looking at the other night being like, how much does that game play into your Jordan Dawson thoughts?
You know my thoughts on Jordan Dawson.
I'd be out on him.
He is just a fantastic player. I wouldn't be too concerned about form because one thing he can do, maybe he doesn't show up in the finals, can in the regular season.
Can in the regular season. I can tell you right now, if you want Jordan Dawson, he is not getting past Bales DT at pick 13. The massive Crows fan. He and friend of Game Day Squad, obviously doing a lot of Game Day Squad content and doing the women's Aussie Rules content.
He is.
With the mighty Hoss over on Game Day Society and Fantasy Fanatics. But he's not getting to 13. So let's see if he goes before then. The pick is in. What are we picking? Pick 13. Who have we got? Did you say? We've got
pick 12.
Pick 12. Dan's Dynamos. We'll be selecting Geordie Dawson. So
sorry. I actually wrote that because you said it. Apologies. Sorry. I had a brain fart. Brain farts happen. It's right here.
Oh, you did write it.
Yep.
Lockie Whitfield goes at pick 12, not Geordie Dawson. Very different players. Dan's, sorry for the...
Is that, wait, what? No, I didn't.
Dan's is I didn't send that in. Don't worry, Dan. Tom will send an apology later for the mini heart attack. You have got yourself Lockie Whitfield. I was reading the Blokes on the Ball write-up of the prize card draft and how they might thought. And I think it went along the lines of very, very good, but old. And I think that sums up Lockie Whitfield.
Sums it up perfectly.
If you want a player for next year that's going to be dominant next year, that you maybe aren't thinking long term, Lockie Whitfield's that guy. I actually like.
I'll tell you what's interesting though. It's his 7th selection, so he actually got his 7th preference in terms of his list for the draft. So definitely it was very high and maybe alludes to the strategy a little bit and why Dan's Dynamos went there. It's a win now sort of strategy. I want a player who's going to be really good next year. I want a good time, maybe not a long time. And you're going to get that with Lockie Whitfield moving forward. He was fantastic. He's a stellar player. They did, experiment with him for a game or two and then realized he's like one of the best halfbacks in the comp, and we shouldn't do that.
Lockie Whitfield, don't put him up forward. He's pretty good in that chippies roll down back. Congratulations, Dan's. Obviously playing a lot of game day sport. You, like Fez, are across a lot of them. Dominant here. I think we'll see you next week with the Rugby League draft as well, and I'm sure in a few more. So congratulations again on another prize card selection. Tom, pick 13. Who have we got?
We're going to have Bales Nails joining
he's
us
joining
very
us?
soon. Now he's not on right now, so no one can see him. But don't rule out Laird. Laird could come off the board here. I know he's a massive fan of Rory. He's a big Crow supporter. If everyone knows Bales here in the community, he does a ton of good work, not only with us in terms of the Women's Aussie Rules show now, with the society. He's come on the Aussie Rules fantasy show at points this season. He's been around for a very, very long time doing some awesome work, and of course has his own stuff with the Fantasy Fanatics as well. So a very good friend of mine. I cannot wait to invite him onto the stream.
And no comments about this about the Crows going out in straight sets. We don't want to upset the Crows fans, so we just make sure we don't talk about that when he jumps on.
That's okay. I'll look after Bales. Bales, mate, you're now live on the stream.
Am I on?
Welcome, and congratulations again on a fantastic season and getting yourself into this prize card draft.
Yeah, thanks, boys. It's been an interesting draft with some interesting selections. I was at one point thinking, is Nick Dacos going to fall to me at pick 13? But that was shortly cut off when he went at like
Sounds like you and me were having the same
six or
sort of
something, or
dreams.
five. Yeah, exactly. So no, it was disappointing. What was it? Feels like a lifetime ago. The Crows losing, unfortunately, but that sucked a little bit. But I think this is a really interesting part of the draft. You boys were talking about before, where there's a few interesting selections where you can either go for win now, or you can go for like future years and get those dynasty assets in. So I've probably got like 3 really good players that I'm heavily selecting.
Well,
but
talk to me, Bales. So far, has anyone slid down for you? Like someone that you would consider to be maybe, within that sort of top 5, top 8 sort of region? Have we seen a big slide here? And are you happy with how the draft has gone so far?
Without spoiling your pick, of course.
Yeah, no, I've got there. Well, there's, I don't know if you want me to name the 3 players I've sort of got here that I've looked at that have slid, I think, a tiny bit from where I thought. But then again, there's so many good players, right? It's hard.
Yes.
Do you want me to say the
Give
3
us the
that I'm
2 you're
looking
not
at?
taken.
Or
Give us the 2 you're not taken.
Oh, geez, give us 2. I'm still partly thinking about it in my head which one I'm actually going to take. But no, the two that
you and me both.
the 2 that the 2 that I have thought about a lot is, well, Zach Butters being one that I thought about, but I don't know if I could ever pick a Port player as my first AFL men's prize card. Rosie was the one I thought about if he fell, but I was like, I don't think he fell to 13. Then the other one that I was looking at was Matty Rowell, was from just seeing him absolutely go beast mode the last half of the year and go well.
Yes.
But I think, as you guys alluded to, I can't not.
13,
Right?
Go on, announce it.
Lucky 13. He's number 12. He's the Crows captain at number 13. I'm picking Jordan Dawson as my prize card. He's still 20. He turned 28 not that long ago, so he's still, I think, got a number of years and can get me back to hopefully a high prize card selection maybe next year or the year after, and maybe I can pick up one of those guys I didn't get this year.
So you sure you don't want to say Rory Laird? Am I writing down Jordan Dawson?
I love Lairdy, but I can love him, but I can love him from afar. I don't need him in my game day squad, men's Aussie Rules team. So no, I'll go for his counterpart in Jordan Dawson, who's probably got about as much love with Lairdy for me. So I'll happily go Jordan Dawson with pick 13.
Yeah, how good. How did you find the look? I think this is your best placement this season in terms of game day squad. How did you find the season? How are you looking into next year? Are you already searching the transfer market? Are you trying to get a couple of players who you think might be a bit better? What's the thought process? Or are you just enjoying the off season and this draft and gonna take some time off and then come back into it fast and strong?
Yeah, no, it's been a good year. What was it? First in Kentucky, which was nice, and then what was it? 8th in Classic. So no, really good to have a good back half of the year, because it didn't start too great. I think I was with you, Tom. We were chatting about it on our shows, saying we're outside the top 20 and we're outside looking in, but we're able to crack our way.
One of you pulled your finger out, the other did not.
So, but no, in terms of strategy, I guess, after the disappointment of Friday night, I need to take a bit of a break. But no, I'm still scanning the transfer market, but busy with Mark from the Game Day Society doing all the AFLW content. So really enjoying the pods with him weekly. and getting all the content sorted. Then we've obviously got plenty of other game day squad sports like football and Aussie cricket. And then you have the Indian cricket starting again, and all of a sudden we'll have the Aussie rules and the rugby starting
Fun
again.
never
So
stops here, mate. Fun never
yeah.
stops. Well, you've got yourself a Geordie Dawson, and even as a Port fan, I can say he is a bit of a stud, even if he didn't play up to it the other night. So it took me a while to come around on him as a game day squad player, as you know, but he definitely is. I love the pick, and I love the pick for you too. That means you're going to fall in love with him that little bit more. Bales, thank you so much for jumping on.
Beautiful. Yeah. Thanks, boys. Have a good rest of your draft. Thanks, boys.
Thanks, mate. Have a good one.
Cheers, Bales.
How fantastic. Look, Jordan Dawson, my number 9th overall selection, sort of with my rankings is a little tough because, you know, I had to do it with no strategy, sort of just picking based on what I think would happen and where I rank people, but definitely a win now play. Like it's a win now. It's sort of one of those players, you know, you're going to have that's going to be playing at the top of their game for the next couple of seasons, but then maybe some question marks after that. But if you can use them, you know, wisely over that sort of time period, I guess you're going to get full value out of your pick there with Jordan Dawson coming off the board at 13.
Can you believe Jordan Dawson wasn't selected last year in the draft? So he was selected 11 in 2023 by Slam Dunkley's return, but was not selected as a pick last year. So he's back after a year in the wilderness, and it's a pretty good pick. What are we on to? 14. By the way, Dan's Dynamos he called you out, Tom. He said, yeah, I've missed a comment. Yeah, nearly robbing him of who he actually wanted. But
sorry, Matt.
Yeah.
Hey, I instantly corrected it. I didn't allow it to go any further than it had to. But look, let's move on from my little waffle before. Let's get into the next pick in this draft. We're going to be looking at the number 14th overall pick. This is the coach that finished 7th in champion this year. It is MP 666.
MP 666.
Come on, man. That's a horrible omen. What are you doing? I did that intentionally.
Yeah, well, some of us are adults. There's
some of us are adults. Is that right?
Yep.
You're just gonna go around saying, okay, hey, each to their own. Each to their own, man. If that's how you want to live on the edge.
You think I'm living on the edge now? Wait till you see the change I've made to my my draft board here. So
look, mate, I'm gonna turn on the clock right now. Let's just get straight into this because I'm gonna have to look down this list.
Yeah, for those wondering, Tom is looking at size 3 font, so I can't read it looking over. It's also to make sure it fits on one page. Yeah, but
so I won't give anything away because there's no way anyone can read any of that.
I can stare at that from here and I cannot see what's going on. There's a few good players here. So again, this is where it really starts to split. There's a couple of older players. I like someone like Dunkley, but then you go, do I want someone a bit younger? A Max Holmes? Do you believe in someone like a Sam Walsh? Too early? Tom Green, Luke Jackson. There's a lot of good picks here. Your boy Nick Martin,
still hasn't gone. This is like the perfect Nick Martin time.
All right,
it was multiple picks ago, but right now is if you're just gonna like go be like I can get one of the best performers for a year at their position, like as if you just I don't know how that's not more appealing. Maybe people don't want to deal with the ACL and maybe wait till next year because they're confident enough. They'll be back. And maybe I did this with the mindset that if I was ever in this draft, it would be my one and only chance.
Well, just
now or never.
Distinct's Essendon fan, is that correct?
I think so,
I think so, yeah. He's left Martin off his list. He says some big names here. Holmes, Rao, Callaghan, and what do you call it? Tsitsas? Or I don't know. How to pronounce it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it. But he left off Martin. So that tells you everything you need to know. We've got Essendon fans. I think, pretty sure you're an Essendon fan. Leaving off Martin
out of the stats center and just filter by
defenders.
Average.
Yeah.
Just do yourself.
Don't do any other research. Just filter by average.
That's all you need to do. But look, the pick is in.
All right. Yeah.
The pick is in.
I won't give you more crap.
I'll take this one.
Oh.
The 14th pick in this year's draft going to MP 666 will be Sam Darcy from the Western Bulldogs.
Ooh.
That's our first forward coming off the board.
I like it. That is a good pick. He showed that he was going to be an absolute superstar this year.
Unicorn.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Unicorn.
Freak. Just, there's no one that can dominate a game quite like Darcy can.
He was the player
so good in front of goal. He has such a good motion, a set shot. It's just the health. And at somewhere like this, you can probably take a little bit more risk with, someone who might not be healthy, but you just know that when he's healthy, he's a top forward in this game.
And that's the beauty about the changes that we've got coming to the competitions, as you'll be seeing. There's no diamonds in Classic next year, meaning if you do go out and you play your prize card, you've basically got a 1.4 running out. No one else can play that unless they've got a prize card as well. So if you do play him, and it is Sam Darcy week, and Sam Darcy does have that week, you've got that advantage that no one else is going to have. So as a forward, when they kick those bags, yeah, I absolutely love it. I was thinking similar sort of lines. I didn't know where he'd go in the draft because, like you said, he's a bit of a unicorn. He's up forward. I absolutely love the pick. He was one of the players this year. There was a handful of them where you chose not to play them, and you'd almost instantly regret it. Watching. They'd have you freaking out. I think Nick Dacos was in that basket because you're like, oh, am I going to play him this week? And then you watch him and you're like, I've made a mistake. Sam Darcy was in that list every single week for me. So
let's get on to the next pick here. We've got Champion, the coach in Champion. That finished 9th overall. This is going to be Tash. Fantastic year. Top 10 in Champion is just, wow, how good. But we've got a list here. So I'm going to quickly go through the list, Cal. Going to confirm the picks.
You confirm the picks. I will go through some. You know what I might do? I might tell you who I think I've still got here. I'm still loving someone like a Rao. I'm still loving a Butters. I'm still loving. Gee, Bont's still available, isn't he? There's a lot of those midfielders. That are falling through. Yeah. My boy Jason Horn-Francis is still there.
Do you like the most?
Yeah, I'd go Rao. Rao would be my guy. I just like the way the Suns are going.
He's a bit too young. That it's maybe just not going to come back to you.
Oh, sorry, you're talking about me. I thought you were talking about who I think is going to go.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm definitely going Riley Sanders. So jump ahead and make sure you take those people off the board for me.
Righty, mate. I've got this pick confirmed. I would love for you to announce it when you're ready.
Tash, pick 15, Game Day Squad, Aussie Rules prize card draft. Congratulations this year. You have selected the big bad Bontempelli. Pick 15, absolute stud.
Yep.
One of the, if not the best player in the game when he's up and about. To get him at pick 15 is fantastic.
And again, just win now. Like you can just tell this is a win now move. They're not looking at dynasty. A lot of other people before, not that he's not going to have multiple good years left, but if you compare it to the rest of the field here, he's a bit older, but he's at the top of his game.
Yeah, no, that's a fantastic pick, Tash. Congratulations. We just heard before about how good Bont was for Hastings Hornets and the job he did to get him up to pick 5 and got a Nick Dacos. So, yeah, no, that's a fantastic pick. I like it.
I'm starting to lose faith.
The Nick Martin believers?
Yeah.
I told you.
Where are the Nick Martin believers?
I walked in today and
what are we doing?
I told Tom, I went, Nick Martin might be available for me at 28. And Tom said there's absolutely no chance. I've got him as my 6th best player available. And I went, you're dreaming. And just probably like you were saying, thinking that as I wrote Will Ashcroft down on my board.
Yes.
So
look, let's get into the next pick here. We're going to do and get into the coach that finished 9th in Classic this year with the 16th overall pick is what is a blinder?
What is a blinder? That is a great question.
A blinder?
Well, I reckon.
What is it?
What is a blinder? Well,
why don't you tell us? Story time.
This is story time. Well, what it's not going to be here is a bad pick, I hope, because there are so many good players still available on this board that I'd have.
You're just pumping yourself up for that, so when you get to yours, you just feel better about it.
No, I'm looking at my my makeshift board here in front of me, and I'm pretty happy with a few players. I'm not going to keep telling you that it's Nick Martin here, but does someone go Gorn for that win now move eventually? Do they go Gorn still got one more year in him?
Yep.
I'm not
Could
sure.
do.
Could do.
I'm a little surprised someone like Maxi Holmes hasn't come off yet. I know it's tough. He's probably going to be mid next year, right? But
is he?
I'd say so.
I should have done my research for that.
I'd say so.
I would like him as the talent either way, but someone confirm that. Is Max Holmes going to be a defender? Should I be moving him, or midfielder? Should I be moving him down my board?
The pick is locked in. You don't need to move him down your board, mate. You're still a good 12 picks away. You'll be fine. With the, what are we up to now? 16th? 16th overall pick in the 2025 Aussie Rules prize card draft. What is a blinder? We'll be selecting the grass eater himself in Matty Rowell from the Suns. Love the pick. Best of sort of both worlds in terms of dynasty. You get a good player, and Bales just spoke about him before. If you look at the last 2 months of footy on Game Day Squad, Matt Rowell was a name that was being brought up a lot, and for good reason. This guy was in some of the best form I've seen a player be in fantasy. Period.
He was very good. I think you were very early onto him, which got me early onto him. He was fantastic down the stretch. And again, I like where those Suns are going. I want every part of that midfield, but unfortunately, I'm going to be getting neither of the two boys falling to me at 28. But that is a fantastic pick, even there at 16. So, what is a blinder? Matt Rowell on his day is a blinder. That's what it is. So, that's a fantastic pick.
And our coach that finished 10th overall in champion this season is going to be selecting next in the Fighting Furies.
Okay, so
to continue the conversation, Matty Rowell is just a fantastic pick. You're getting, as I said, it's sort of just a value pick where you know what you're getting with him, and there's still upside for him with that tail end of the year where you're like, he could take his game to another level.
Yeah, I think, I was watching him go to work last night, and I was just like, you know what, I would love to sit down and have him as a prize card every single week. I would have liked Will Ashcroft more, but we can roll on. What are we up to now? Pick 17. Just a reminder, if you do have your prize card pick coming up and you would still like to make a change, jump onto Discord, flick me a message. I'll flick you the link. We can get you live here in audience to announce your change live. It's the only way we can go. That
battery exhausted. Sorry, let me quickly plug in the camera battery. We've gone out.
We're still here.
You can still hear us. You just cannot see us.
That must mean we've got a pretty loaded pick coming up here. Pick 17. What we'll do, just a bit of a recap how we got to 17 so far. Harry Sheasel at 1, Bailey Smith at 2, Wanganeen Miller at 3, Goulden 4, Nick Dacos 5, Will Ashcroft 6, Connor Rosie at 7, Lockie Ash 8, Tristan Cherry 9, and English Gang is written down here on the sheet at number 10. Then we've got Noah Anderson, Lockie Whitfield, Jordan Dawson, Sam Darcy, Marcus Bontempelli, and Matt Rowell for, I believe, his first ever prize card selection. So
that would be correct.
So What is a Blinder has the only Matt Rowell prize card in the game. And that's another part of the strategy that you've got here. Are you selecting a player that maybe there's a few of? So, for example, someone like Nick Dacos, there's already 4 or 5 going around. Matty Rowell.
Excuse the shorts.
We now have the one.
Thank you.
We've been exposed. we have been exposed. The thongs and the shorts underneath.
Alrighty, but I put the pick in, and it was a bad timing because let's get into this pick. It was 4, if I'm not mistaken. You're coming over me here. I'll announce this one.
Yep.
At the 17th pick here, the Fighting Furies will be selecting Nick Martin. From the Bombers.
Boy.
This is the best pick in the draft so far. Absolutely, hands down, the value, what you're getting from him. I'll tell you what, Nick Martin is going to be one of those players that people regret not getting the year before, but I understand why people are hesitant because of the injury concerns. Cal, we're getting in to the spicy end of the draft. We've just gone over halfway, but let's get this thing, keep going. We've got the 18th overall pick here. And the 18th overall pick is going to go to Jack Steele and Sex Appeal.
Yeah, regular in the prize card draft, old Jackie Steele. Jack Steele, not the player he was when we first started Game Day Squad. However, you can still, I'm pretty sure we're going to have a pretty good selection here. Sorry, I've taken your board to actually give me picks away. What are we up to here? Pick 18. So we've ticked over the halfway mark. The pick is in. Pick 18, Jack Steele, Sex Appeal, selects my boy, Zachy Butters. I like the pick. I like the pick. Great player. Just another player that you just would love having as a prize card every week. How much he jumps in and gets himself in the mud and finds the footy.
Do you know who we do or we're meant to have on next tier is skippers, but absolutely. I guess the thing with Zach Butters and what a lot of people will be thinking is what direction is Port Adelaide going in? You know, there's going to be a bit of change there, but he's one of their best players, and I don't think you should be too concerned about him not being good because when he's healthy and at the tail end of this year, he had some monster performances.
Yeah, he's very good, and even if he does find himself at the Dogs or somewhere else next year, I still think he's going to be very, very good. I'm happy he's come off the board because I didn't want to take him and have him and Rosie. I wanted to split them up. I didn't want that temptation, but I still think it's a fantastic pick. So, Tom, people are saying it's great to confirm you have pants on. And we've got someone else.
Oh, have I disappointed people?
Yeah.
Damn it.
They were really thinking you'd
sorry,
be going no pants here.
Let me see what I can do. Maybe I can shake out of them a little bit.
And Steven's asking, is there any love for Archie Roberts out here? We will find out. We've got a few more picks to go. What are we up to? Pick 19.
Pick 19.
Who's going to be selecting at 19?
It's meant to be Skippers, and I thought he was messaging before indicating that he wanted
He's called the audible. So he said he's now happy with his list. He's going to roll with it. So I think we push ahead with what Skip has planned in. Skip, who knocked me out of a private competition that we had this year. Congratulations. Although it was very disappointing after dominating. I went 13-1 to start this season in that private competition, and then bundled out in straight sets at the hands of Skip. Which I'm still not over, clearly.
Clearly.
Pick 20.
19.
All right.
The 19th pick of the draft is in, Cal.
All right. At pick 19, Skippers is the official name? Skippers selects. Ooh, is that Joshy Dunkley?
Sure is.
Yep. That is Josh Dunkley. That is a fantastic pick at pick 20. I had him as my best available there. Skip, you've got to be pretty happy with that. Not only is he an absolute stud and a tackle machine, this guy will put up a triple-double in tackles, handballs, and kicks for you. But with the Lions team and the way they're looking, he's also going to be very playable in finals as well as the Lions continue to roll on. So I love that pick 20.
Yep.
He would have been a dream for me at 28.
Josh Dunkley, fantastic. He's one of those players, and I was thinking about it in the car here, like, where do you put someone like Josh Dunkley? When he has the opportunity to become the main midfielder, the go-to, just do all of that, he just elevates his game to such a high level. But my one issue, I guess, with him is that he's such a team player, and he's so good at playing defensively and doing all the team things that it sometimes impacts his ability to score, because he'll open the door, he'll put the block on for a Neil, for an Ashcroft, for someone to go through. But you've seen the form he's in right now, mate. He is on the top of his game, and he has been playing better footy in a very long time.
Yeah, if I had to pick a sort of almost position group, I'd pick the Lions midfielders as like a whole. I'd want all of them as prize cards. Huey McCluggage at times this year was dominant. Dunkley, Neil on the way out, the young Ashcroft boys. I just love that midfield that the Lions have going for them. And it just means you don't have to worry about Dunkley getting too much of the attention, because it just means someone else is going to be let off the chain, and you very quickly will have to swap it around. So, no, I love that pick.
The next pick, champion, the coach who finished 11th, is Been a Long Time.
Ooh, been a long time.
And I was going ahead there, getting some things ready, and I actually have the pick already locked in, Cal. With the...
Well, what I was going to say, with Been a Long Time, we'll just double check that still comes through. I know there was a late email that might have just come through. I just want to make sure that you've checked that before we kick this off at 1 o'clock.
Still the same pick?
Still the same pick. Fantastic. Who we got?
With the 20th pick in the prize card draft for Aussie Rules, Been a Long Time, we'll be selecting Andrew Brayshaw from the Fremantle Dockers.
Andy B. Now, it's no secret, Been a Long Time has the legend sarong. He's got the legend sarong as his photo on Discord. To pair that now with a prize card, Andy Brayshaw, I love it.
It's also no secret that people were a little disappointed that someone like Andrew Brayshaw made the All-Star squad. And would you have it, within the first 20 picks, and the squad is 22.
I don't know.
Andrew Brayshaw is here. So, Fez, for all the others that were making those comments, here we are.
I don't know. You can push prize card order.
I'm pushing this agenda big time.
Yeah. I think
I'm pushing it.
I'm no part of this. Send complaints to Tom. Andy Brayshaw went 14th last year. I think he had a bit of a quiet year, but he's still an absolute stud.
Yep.
And I'd be pretty happy with the pick. His running mate in Sarong is still there available. I'm wondering if he goes in the next handful of picks here. But Andy B, still a fantastic player. On his day, can just be huge.
Yep.
Bit of a down year, but yeah, pretty handy one to pair.
For sure, mate. Let's keep this thing. Oh, we're actually at 20. Let's do a quick little recap. I'll quickly
While you do that, I want to know, been a long time, are you a Freo fan? Is you just accumulated the Freo midfield? Is that out of love? or are you just deciding that, hey, that's just the team I'm going to be for fantasy? Tom, take it away.
For anyone that has joined along recently, we've got at number 11, Noah Anderson. Number 12, Lockie Whitfield. 13 would be Jordan Dawson. Number 14, it's Sam Darcy. 15, the big bad Bontempelli. At 16, Matty Rowell. 17, their best pick in the draft with Nick Martin. 18, Zachary Butters. 19, Josh Dunkley. And at number 20, Andrew Brayshaw. Lots of mids there, lots of high scoring.
They're flying off the board now.
You sort of see that shift in what people are looking for, what people are wanting from these prize cards, and I'll tell you what.
Well, a couple of things here.
Good.
A couple of things. Been a long time. It's just confirmed. He is a West Coast fan. So yeah, which I had a sneaky suspicion. I don't know what from. So I was just like, you've just now become a Freo fan. Is that how that works? You've got the prize card of one, the legend card of the other. You just become a Freo fan?
You just become one. Yeah, for sure.
Or is it just an emotional hedge on Derby Day? Maybe.
You just become one.
And one more thing, Janice.
Go for it.
Janice asked the question from Supercoach Swordplay, I think the name.
Yes.
And third man up when Roscoe and all the boys. Will anyone take a flyer on Colby?
Colby McKercher.
Colby McKercher.
He was he was the infamous pick last year by the blokes on the ball, and look, they did pretty well this year.
I
can't be saying too much, but what I will say is I've strongly disagreed with just where he went in the draft, and that was at what
11. That was
11.
before a Smith, a Brayshaw, a Wangadine Miller, a Butters. But hey, there's a reason why he won champion, and you don't have a pick. So
there is a reason.
Yeah.
There is a reason indeed. Let's get into the next pick of this draft. We're going to be looking at the pick number 21 from Very Hardwick. And I've got a list here. I'm going to quickly go through. Let's confirm this draft selection, and then let's keep this thing rolling.
Yeah, to Janice's question, Colby, I reckon someone will. I absolutely think someone will be taking a flyer on Colby. There's still a few pretty good names here on the board. I'll take Brayshaw off my best available, which I'm not sharing with you guys this year because I obviously have a pick. Some good people in there. I don't know if you like Holmes. Rowan Marshall. Is he done now with TDK? Bont? Gorn? Sinclair? Too old? Tom Green, is he coming back? Horn Francis? Does he become the man? That's a question.
He is the man.
He is. Yeah, he is already the man.
Alrighty, Cal. The number 21 overall pick in Very Hardwick is in. I'll get you to announce this one.
Fantastic. This is a ripper. Damn, I was really hoping this one slid. I purposely left him off the list of names I was naming. With the pick 21, Very Hardwick selects Finn Callahan.
Callahan.
Yeah, that's a damn good pick. That's a damn good pick. He's still only 22. So he is definitely someone that
maybe part of the reason why Tom Green hasn't been playing as good is because someone like Finn Callahan exists in the world.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty damn athletic too. Watching him run around, he is a good football player. I think that's a really good pick. I was really hoping he would fall to me in a few moments' time, but
absolutely,
you'd be very happy with that. Very Hardwick. Tom, who have we got coming up next? Congratulations, Very Hardwick, by the way. That's a
Basilicious coming up next, and if I am not mistaken, Basilicious will be announcing their prize card selection with us live. Let me just confirm to make sure that we have everything all good.
Yep, you got me here, Tom.
I sure do. Are you ready to come on the stream, mate?
I'm ready to come up. Still in between, but I'll make the...
Righty, Cal. We're about to welcome Basilicious, who finished this season in the number 22 overall spot.
Mate, you've got a few good things to select from here. Welcome to the stream. How you doing?
Yeah, it's not making the pick easy. I've got a guy who on the list that I sent in to you boys, I think was number 7. But kind of as we go down, I'm starting to get a little more cold feet. Do you want me to say the two guys that I'm between or just go ahead with my pick?
Oh, no, give us the two between. Give us the source.
I would love to hear it.
Have you got me?
Yeah, sure do, mate. Sure do. We would love to hear who you have.
Who you to pick between.
Yes.
And then we can get to your pick.
Doesn't look like I can hear anything.
We can hear you.
Oh yeah, got you. Yeah, got you.
Look,
do you want
mate,
me to?
we would love to hear who you are picking between, and then you can get into your prize card selection for this draft.
Yeah. So it's between a man that Cal won't be happy to hear coming up, which is Zach Butters, and the infamous Colby McKercher.
I think Zachy Butters is off the
Zachy
board.
Butters is off the board, mate. He's just gone
Is he?
3 picks ago.
18. He went at 18.
Well, there
That
you go.
makes
Then
your
he's
pick
made for
very
me.
damn easy.
It's going to be Colby McKercher. It's going to be a tough watch week in, week out, but I think 22 for Colby is a steal.
I think so too, mate. I was desperately hoping he would fall through to me there at 28. He was the best player I had in that young tier. I think he's an absolute star. We don't mind if he, doesn't always hit his targets in game day squad. We just
Doesn't
care
matter.
about the stats.
Loves it. Loves a handball receive. Loves to give it, get it back, and that's what we love. You love to watch that coming out of the halfback.
Kick it to the
for
opposition, they'll kick it right back to you.
Yeah,
no,
That's right.
I love it. I think if he, I think he's a fantastic player, and obviously had some huge games. Is he going to be a defender next year? Is that locked in? From the stats?
Yeah.
I'd say so. Yeah, he only played in the I
Yeah.
think he'll be a defender.
No, that's fantastic. This your first prize card selection?
It is. It was actually my first year on the platform, so it's kind of good from the first few weeks to come from playing like Platt, Brent Daniels and stuff to all the way up into the prize picks. So it's been a good
love
year.
it, mate. Fantastic, and you knocked off Tom too, who considers himself a vet at this. So
Excuse me, don't just say knocked off Tom, mate. You haven't selected yet. Don't you get on your high horse and pretend like you're better. He also clapped you as well, thanks, mate. And you did a fantastic job of it. Basilicious, what a fantastic season in the first year. How about this? For anyone that is new or maybe watches this, what's one little bit of advice you might give to someone who's come on the platform, who's trying to adapt to playing the Game Day Squad fantasy way? What did you find success in, or do you have a little tip that you could give to some people?
I reckon I've got 2 tips. The first one is like the Discord is really useful. First of all, because people are so generous in like giving away bronzes and stuff like that. And also because like if you pack a good diamond, often people will be able to give you 4 or 5 plats, which was kind of how I got like my good start into the year. And the second one is probably like, as you've said with Colby, looking past like the typical good players in other platforms and looking at the guys who just accumulate the ball.
Yeah.
Mate, thank you so much for coming on, announcing your pick. Colby McKercher goes with Basilicious. I'm sure you cannot wait to get your prize card in just a couple of weeks' time. Another congratulations on a fantastic season, and we look forward to delivering that card to you.
Okay. Thanks, boys.
Cheers, mate. Have a good one.
That's a good pick. It definitely does throw a spanner in my my draft board works.
Does it?
Yeah, well, I've had a few spanners thrown.
You've had mate. You had a spanner thrown from what? Pick 6.
Yeah. It's been playing catch up since
Anyway,
then.
that's okay. We have gone past Basilicious. Now, this is the first pick in this draft where we're going to have to implement a rule that was made with how this goes. Now, we have the Bales boys who finished 13th in champion this season, and due to the new structure and the Fez rule, you'll notice that some of these players actually didn't make the top 10. And unlike years prior, you'll see that very commonly from now on, where we're looking at people who finished outside of the top 10 because we wanted to make sure that a coach only got a prize card once in their best possible position with the order that we set prior to the season, which you can go find on the kit books, but it very much favors the top champion and then sort of filters through the different competitions. But we didn't have a list sent here. So what happens in this instance is there's no panic. What we will do is we're going to go to the stats center on our game. We're going to filter by average score. And what we will do is we will tick off people down the list until someone hasn't been selected, and they will be nominated to be Bales Boys pick at pick 23 in this draft. And Cal looks like he's done a little bit of digging. We've gone down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th highest averaging player over the season, and that is going to be a veteran at the Melbourne Demons in Max Gawn, going at 23 in the prize card draft.
Mate, I actually don't mind it. Obviously, you'd love to have your selection in, and we didn't hear from the coach here. But I tell you what, Max Gawn's still pretty damn good. You want to talk about a win now move?
Yeah.
The highest averaging ruck. I know we've already had 2 rucks come off the board.
2 rucks off the board.
Do you know what ruckman's made the All-Australian team 8 times? This guy.
English gang. Oh no, not English.
Yeah, I think he's made it twice. This Max Gorn guy is pretty good. I don't think he's slowing down next year. I like the pick, even if it is the auto draft pick.
Look, the next pick after that, just for some context, it would have been Dane Zorko. And if you had to pick between the two for me, I would absolutely love Max Gorn as a prize card over Dane Zorko because, as we said, the rucks can sort of move in dog years at times, and Max Gorn could sort of he's the best ruck in the competition by average, but the eye test as well will also tell you he's the best ruck in the comp by play.
I rolled out a lot of Max Gorn this year, so
you had a lot of Max Gorn stock, didn't you?
Big fan. I'm a big fan of the with the stock and the ruckman and just let the boys go to work.
Well, look, Cal, we're going to continue to fly on with this draft. We're going to go to pick 24, which is going to be made by Low Expectations. We've got a list to go through. Cal, I'm going to quickly go through the list and we're going to confirm.
Right. While we do that, I'm coming up in just 5 picks time. Tom.
You are. You're going to have to start thinking about some things, mate.
Yeah, it's I'll be honest, it's getting a bit hard here. I really wanted someone young. I've obviously got Rosie that I'm hoping can just be my man for quite a bit of time. So I was looking for someone I can build up, and I still might. I still like someone. I don't know if I should, but I tell you what, there's still some pretty good players for win now. Right now, I know Sinclair's a little bit older. Does he go? I know Merritt. Is Merritt on the move? A lot of things happening. Essendon fans, what do you think about the whole Merritt situation? Is Merritt going to be better if he moves on? I don't know. I'd love to say yes, but he's a bit of a stud. Someone like Tom Green, do you still believe? What about Maxi Holmes? Does the other Dacos fly off the list? Sarong, McCluggage, he's still 27, but damn, he was pretty good. There's a few players I like there, Tom, but I don't have someone here that I absolutely love. I was really hoping there'd be a player I love, but yeah.
Pick is in, mate. And with the 24th overall pick in this Aussie Rules prize card draft, Low Expectations will be selecting Zach Merritt from the Essendon Bombers.
Currently from the Essendon Bombers.
Currently.
Soon to be announced. That is a good pick. Merritt is a very good fantasy player. I think last year I just left him in my squad all year. He was just an absolute weapon. Don't know if that was the right thing to do. I didn't have a pick last year, so it probably didn't help. But I tell you what, I loved playing him. He's definitely one of those players that you love having in your squad. And if he goes somewhere where he's a little bit more energized and a chance to win a final, maybe we see a different Merritt as well.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Zachy Merritt can play, knows how to play. The only issue we had this year is that just a little bit of, off-field stuff with the club, got punished, got put down back, was impacting his fantasy performance. But when he was in the guts, he looked pretty good. And, we saw someone else go in the guts and sort of take over that role in Jai Caldwell. And how good was he over that period? So Merritt could be on the move. And I'll tell you what, the one team he supposedly met with, I feel like if he went there, he could be a superstar.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Caldwell is also another one we haven't spoken about too.
Enough.
So what does Merritt moving out mean for Caldwell?
A lot of amazing things. Caldwell becomes for me one of the better mids in the comp. There were times this season when Merritt wasn't playing that Caldwell was featuring in a lot of squads, and I think that's just an indication of what we can expect if Zach Merritt was to be on the move, because he's going to be their best midfielder by far. He's their most contested. He can sort of do a bit of everything. He's got a big engine on him as well, so absolutely. But, mate, we're going to have the Reltons Rockets coming in here at pick number 25 to talk with us on the show. And the Reltons Rockets with Mark. Mark, are you ready to come hop on the stream and announce your pick?
You hear me right?
We can hear you, mate. Alrighty.
Beautiful.
All right.
Let's cut to him. Mark, mate, welcome to the draft. We are going to be hearing from you in your pick, mate. You are here with the Reltons Rockets at pick number 25. How have you found the draft so far? How have you found the event? And are you excited to get into who you're going to be taking?
Yeah, look, I'm excited because there's a lot of picks that have gone through which were lower down my list. So at pick 25, I'm actually getting someone I was pretty happy with, to be honest.
Where were they ranked in your list in particular?
I had him at 14, but I had McKercher
Wow.
at 8, who I was so keen to get on until Janice maybe sold him out and in the chat. But anyway, yeah, I know.
Thanks, Janath.
But I was hoping to get a fairly Tassie boy, but we'll see. Do you want me to go straight into it, or?
Mate, if you're comfortable and you're ready, we would love to hear what the 25th pick will be in this draft. Take it away, Relton's Rockets.
So it's between 3 players. As a bit of a tease, I did have Sarong in this spot, but I've dropped him down just because he annoys me so much watching him play because he either goes massive or nothing. So I'm going to bring in Holmes, even though I know he's probably bringing in Holmes just because I know he's going to be a midfielder probably next year, but still he's young, he's good. I love him.
Yep. Is that your selection?
Yeah, Holmes, yeah.
Maxim Holmes.
Is my pick.
Oh, fantastic. Sorry, apologies. I thought you were setting it up that was your
Oh,
second
no, sorry.
selection and then you're going in.
No. I did forget I said 3. The other one was Petrarca, who was going to sneak in as maybe a forward for next year. Just a little cheeky 1-year play. What was that?
I forgot Petrarca existed, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah. Just like a sneaky little maybe forward pick to get me through another year to another prize card. But I think Holmes is a better long-term option, so I'm going to go with him.
Mate, I like the Holmes pick a lot. Obviously, we were speaking about Bailey Smith, but there were times this year where we were actually going, is Holmes actually the better player? Maybe not, but now you've got both of them. The Reltons Rockets.
Oh, exactly right.
Yeah, you've got both the boys to roll out. So I really like the pick.
Fantastic. I said he so often this year would feature in the best squad for the round, and not only would that be for a defender, but it would have been very competitive as a midfielder as well. So you're going to get some fantastic output from him throughout the season. He's in such a good role and plays such a fantastic role at Geelong, and having him as your 13th ranked player, Mark, and getting him at 25 is pretty fantastic.
Yeah, so thanks to all those guys who took the Ruckmans because they were off my list, so that's great.
And mate, you're in full swing with the women's Aussie Rules now and the football with the Game Day Society. How has that all been going? Going from quickly celebrating your great season with Aussie Rules and then straight into 2 brand new sports.
Yeah, I feel like my season might have been a bit greater if I didn't jump on the other 2 just because a lot of my brain cells are going to those 2 now. But I did drop down the ranks a couple of spots, but still very happy with pick 25. Right. Yeah, it's true. But yeah, no, everything is going good. If you haven't jumped over there, make sure you are on those other sports and hit me up if you need any help. But yeah, thanks for having me on, boys. I probably should get back to doing some work.
Yeah, well, we love it. We appreciate you coming on the stream and answering your pick. And again, congratulations on a fantastic season. And I'm sure we'll see your face very soon with the other sports going. So cheers, mate.
Yeah, it was maybe a bit less controversial than last year because I think I picked up Harley Reid a little bit too early last season. So hopefully this one's a bit less controversial.
Indeed, mate.
I like it.
Indeed. Well, thanks for your time again, brother. We'll speak to you soon, hey?
Catch you later, guys.
See ya.
Alrighty, where are we up to? We're getting close.
Bloody toxic. We are getting pretty close, mate. I'm going to continue to keep rolling this. We're going into pick number 26.
So I'm on the clock in 2 selections.
Yeah, you better start.
I have no idea who
messaging someone.
Can chat. Who am I taking?
Chat. Can chat actually help Cal out? We might need you to come in here and get him up to scratch. But I'm going to be announcing the 26th overall pick in Freo Blood for the draft. They've sent in their list. I'm going to quickly go through and work out who they will be taking.
Yeah, you do that. I'll tell you the shambles I'm in at the moment. So I'm currently looking and I'm going, do you go after someone who's just a known quantity? I don't like it. It's a standard pick. I've already got a prize card in Rosie. So someone like a Sarong, a McCluggage, a Walsh doesn't appeal to me in the same way. I want someone that's either going to be over the top of Rosie or it's going to be someone that I think maybe in a handful of years can overtake Rosie. And I tell you what, the draft's done pretty well. It's been there's been a few surprises along the way.
Yep.
But they have taken a lot of the players that I've wanted. So
for sure,
yeah, we'll get through this one, and then maybe we'll break down what you would go through from here, and then we'll get up to me pretty soon. But I think you said this is about Freo Blood.
Freo
We'll
Blood,
get to me
and the
shortly.
pick is in. Freo Blood is going to be nominating the 26th pick in the prize card draft for Aussie Rules. That player is going to be a Carlton midfielder currently in Sam Walsh.
Ooh, Walshy goes.
Walshy goes. He indeed does.
At his best, Sam Walsh is unbelievable. But the question is, when was the last time Sam Walsh was at his best for a sustained period? He just always seems to run into injuries, and just things just don't seem to break his way. I would love nothing more than to see Sam Walsh have a clear run at it and just absolutely dominate in that Carlton midfield, which he's shown he has been able to in the past. But he's a bit like Brayshaw, another quiet year this year. They were up against each other a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's one of those picks that you're definitely picking based off potential, because we understand that, look, he's still young. We know where he can get to, but it's one of those risks that I guess you're going to have to take when you're at this point in the draft. I really like it. He's, as we just said, right?
Mm-hmm.
He is a young player. He's got many years left if he can stay healthy. The one big concern would be health, and would be what does Carlton look like moving forward, and whether they see him as a part of their future. But some things can seem like they're bad, but it could be a blessing in disguise if Walshy was ever to move on. You just never know what system, what team, what he will do somewhere else. But he was taken very early in an AFL draft for good reason.
Yeah, and he's still pretty young, so I don't mind the pick there. Like I said, I was just saying his name there. So
27.
27. Who we got on the clock?
Let's have a look. At the 27th pick, we have BMO being on the clock, and I have gone through here. I've found his pick.
Lovely. The chat's telling me to take Horn Francis
or
and Elijah Titsas, or how do you pronounce his name?
Tatis.
That's us.
Yeah, I'm very
for some reason
horrible
I
with
just can't.
pronunciation.
Yeah,
as well.
I've butchered that.
Yep.
I can't say his last name. Tatis. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not taking him. Sorry, Desync. You can keep trying. Horn Francis. Can I tell you why I don't want to take him?
Yeah, you can.
Part of what the prize card is, you want to know if you've got a couple of options, particularly if you're looking at just one competition. If you've got a couple of options, you want to know that if one's out, you can play the other.
Oh, for sure.
Being on the same team as Rosie, Horn Francis would have the same buys. They missed the finals. They're both out for finals. There's just not a lot of flexibility.
They'll miss the finals.
They will miss the finals.
Yeah,
we
I'm
are going
you.
backwards, and I'm honestly going to have the most excited. I've never been more excited for a Port season in the last 10 years.
Yep.
And we'll miss the finals. But that's why I'm not looking at Jason. But I reckon BMO here should definitely take Jason. Take that option away from me, please, and thank you.
Well, with the 27th overall pick in the Aussie Rules prize card draft, BMO is going to be selecting Caleb Sarong from the Fremantle Dockers.
Oh, that's a great pick.
It's a great pick. I really like Sarong. I'm a little suspicious. What I think about a lot what Fremantle is going to look like in the next year or two. I'm presuming they're going to stay with their core, but there's been, rumors of a bunch of people being linked to wanting to go out west, and some very good talent at that. Can they keep everyone on board? Do they stick with one or the other in Sarong or Brayshaw? It's one of those things that the talent's there. We've seen that he can be very, very productive, but at the current moment, with the way that he's playing on the team, we just can't rely on Caleb Sarong on a week in and week out basis to, be a set and forget. But what you do get is you get youth, you get a player who's a superstar, and we've seen that he has the fantasy potential to go boom.
And what I love about him, he's got those boom games in him. He can win your weeks. Sunday afternoon, 8 o'clock at night, watching him, last game, Freo's there, and somehow he'll have 45 touches. Most of them will be handballs, but you live with it because handballs do get you points. We'd prefer kicks, but no, I do like to pick a Sarong. I definitely think he's the best of both worlds right now.
Yeah.
If I had to pick someone available for sort of, best of both, I'd be taking Sarong here. So.
Well, do you know what I would do?
Tell me, because I'm now on the clock.
I've just started it. I would start the clock, and you have 1 minute and 20 seconds to tell me what you're going to do.
I'm a bit stressed, I'm not going to lie. I definitely should have done some prep for this. Tell me what you do.
What would I do? Well, I can have a look at some of my rankings. I feel like there's a couple players that you might want to take a risk on. Maybe McCarthy from West Coast.
Not happening. It needs to be someone I love. You got to have a prize card. You can't pick someone you don't.
You've got
like.
someone like Hugh McCluggage, but he's 28. You've got someone like
Huey. I did
Keziah
think Huey.
Pickett,
I think Huey.
Jai Caldwell. This is sort of the direction I'd be looking in right now. You either want to identify like a position that you want, like maybe a forward and get a Keziah Pickett who's in a long-term deal, or you go someone with a bit more upside in terms of the actual average they'll get, like a Jai Caldwell that you can plug into your squad.
Can I tell you who a few people are telling me to pick?
A couple of other names that haven't been named.
Yep.
Jack Sinclair, he's fantastic, but a little older. Don't get me wrong.
I'm getting a lot of Ed Richards. A lot of Ed Richards is being screamed at me right now.
I guess it's a great thought. Like he was one of the players that came out of the league just firing at the start of the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he definitely slowed down. And I think him being good actually was a detriment to him because they started giving him attention. And then it was a bit harder. But, mate, the clock is off. If you have your pick, we would love to hear what you'll be doing with the 28th overall pick.
All right. This might be a bit of a stunner, but I'm for it. I walked in here. I did write that I was picking Will Ashcroft. But with the 28th pick, I'm going to be selecting Levi Ashcroft, Brisbane Lions. I'm going to take the other half of the brother I originally wanted. Still only 18 years old.
And you'll get half the score with it. What a fantastic... chat.
18 years old.
Where is the chat? Pull it up.
He's going to be someone... I need a reason to enjoy going to the Gabba because currently I don't. It's a very unlikable Lions team.
I reckon Hugh McCluggage could have given you many more reasons to enjoy the Gabba.
Only a couple of years. I've got 15 years of Levi Ashcroft. Ed Richards, smarter pick. Yeah, probably.
Jai Caldwell is a massive steal right now.
Jai Caldwell, smarter pick. Yeah, absolutely.
I have him in my top 20.
Levi Ashcroft.
Jai Caldwell just continues to
the Peanut Butters.
see the slide. Look,
Welcome
everyone's rankings are different.
To the Peanut Butters.
Levi Ashcroft, so you've gone the full youth. You've gone I'm going to take a swing because I'm not too sold on anyone on the short term. So I'm going to take a long-term sort of gamble, take a long-term risk in terms of getting Levi. And you just are looking to see him develop in his role and at the Lions.
And develop he better. Otherwise, I'm going to look real silly.
I don't think you look silly. I think it's one of those things that at this point of the draft, there's not many picks that are going to be...
Dare I bring up the comments to see? Yeah. Some love, some laughs. Some shock that I didn't go Norton. But,
Norton?
yeah. So, anyway, he will be my stash and set and forget. I can now relax and we can actually get on to the part of the draft where I've already had an offer for Levi Ashcroft. So that's fantastic. Things are going well in the Peanut Butters. We're making moves. But pick 29.
29 is meant to be going to the Movementarians. And I did get a message before that they will be joining. Might need to see if there's a list for this that was sent late.
A late audible?
Late audible. Because if I'm not mistaken.
So just to recap why Tom figures out what's happening at pick 29. We've gone Sheasel, Smith, Wanganeen, Miller, Goulden, Dacos, Ashcroft, Rosie, Ash, Cherry, English Gang. They were your top 10. We then went Noah Anderson, Lockie Whitfield, Dawson, Darcy, Big Bad Bont, Matty Rao, Nick Martin, Tom's sixth best available player there at 17. Zachy Butters, Dunkley, and Brayshaw to 20. Finn Callahan, McKercher, Gorn, Merritt, Holmes, Walsh, Sarong, and the best pick of the lot, Levi Ashcroft there at 28. Tom, 29, Movementarians.
Absolutely not the best pick.
Well, it's debatable. Do we have him on the clock?
Yeah, he's on the clock. Let's start the clock.
So.
Just trying to find. Is he maybe audio only? Should I put some headphones on? Make sure.
Let me search.
Hello, Movementarians. Are you there? The Movementarians. Are you there, mate?
No good?
I don't think so, mate. No good indeed.
Well, let's give it a second because he was here before.
He was here, yeah. So I'm just hoping something hasn't happened where they thought they would be here live and were unable to make their selection. And this is why we always ask to send the list in, because you never know what will happen. Internet could go out, something could happen. You think you're going to be here, and then all of this sudden, you're not. But that's okay. We are about to go down unless you have anything there where he's trying to connect, or I can't see anything from my end, unfortunately.
Oh, I can't see anything elsewhere. Movementarians, if you're there, please jump out. We would love. Maybe you can make his pick for him. Forget the Zorko auto select here. Nah, we're not. I'm joking. But
I would love to do
if
that.
if you were tasked with it, who would you be
so
taking?
love to do that. Look, if I was tasked with it right now, honestly,
would you go?
Let's have a look at my rankings. I think I would go with. I think it has to be Jai Caldwell.
Good pick.
I would go with Jai Caldwell, or I would pick up someone like a Keziah Pickett or a Brian Myers, where you sort of know they're going to be in their best of their position. I guess the issue is you are going to sacrifice a little bit in terms of average points because forwards just traditionally do not score as well as others. But you know they're going to be in some of their best.
I did love the Caldwell and the Myers sort of options, but obviously I've gone a different direction with my pick. But I wouldn't be surprised if one of those guys quickly jump off after me here. I think we are going to have to auto draft this.
Yep.
And then what we can do and what we have done in the past is once the draft's finished, they can come back and pick from someone who's still available because it is pretty late in the draft, so that way they don't miss out completely.
Yeah, we do only have, a couple more picks left, so let's keep this thing rolling. Unfortunately, Movementarians, we couldn't get in touch with you, mate, so apologies for that. But nonetheless, we're going to make this pick for you, and we went through before. Maxi Gorm was number 1, and Dane Zorko was the number 2 overall pick there. So, mate, as Cal said, we will try to get in touch. If you do want to end up making the change, maybe because you could see a retirement coming if they don't win. Maybe they do win.
Dan the man reckons that if he doesn't retire in 2 weeks, he'll be a fantastic selection.
Yeah, he'll be a great selection if he doesn't retire. But
I'm pretty sure. Did he say he was running back? No, I don't think he's announced it yet, has he?
No.
We have those Johnny Nobles sitting there as the 23rd man in the All-Star collection, waiting to be deployed.
Alrighty, Cal. It's time to get to the number 30 overall pick in this draft, and it's going to SP Sports. And I'm going to go through their list. They have sent me through a list.
Of Ganners has said, there's our Philippou. I believe he's talking about me and Levi.
I'll tell you what. This is a fantastic pick.
It's in?
Yes, the pick is in. SP Sports in the Aussie Rules prize card draft here in 2025 in the 30th position will be selecting Jai Caldwell from the Essendon Bombers.
Good player. What's he still 24? All-star selection last season for us. He is obviously an absolute gun. What happens in that midfield if Merritt decides to leave? Does that open that up a little bit more?
Oh, yeah. If he leaves, it's just the floodgates will open.
Floodgates are opening at the club, but they might also open in terms of opportunities for him. So
yeah, a little sad, man. We've only got 4 more picks left. We've been here for some time. I don't know.
Well,
time's been flying.
Yeah, it has been. So that is the top 30. That is our champion, classic, and contender winners. So pick 31 here is now for our starter
winner
competition, and then we go on to the classic. So the GDS Cup winner,
GDS Cup,
and 32
Classic Cup.
And then contender competition winner.
Exactly right.
So we've got through the main stuff. So this is now the fun stuff and the competitions that started mid-year. So,
well, if the coach Russman is around, we are heading to the last 4 picks of the draft. You are at 33, and I believe you were wanting to call in, so it would be a perfect time for you to hop in the room so I can get you connected. But let's go through the 31st overall pick. So this will be going to the Corporate Ruse. Now, the Corporate Ruse did finish starter at the 6th overall position, but due to the Fez rule, we saw them get bumped up the list, and they will be taking this pick in the draft. I have been sent a list from the Corporate Ruse, so I will need to filter through this now. And Cal, I'll get you to announce this one.
fantastic. Well, Ganners reckons that Zorko has signed a contract, so don't worry about him. Laylor is being spoken about as someone. If we're picking rookies, maybe we can throw him into the mix as well. What else do people think? Last couple of weeks, do you take a dart throw here? Do you go someone like me? I don't know when I'll be back here. Maybe these coaches don't know when they'll be back. Take someone that you can have for the next 15 years. Or do you go after someone who's an absolute stud right now and say, you know what? Someone like McCluggage is going to give me a good chance of getting back into the prize card draft next year.
Iguodala.
You do. What about a Josh Dacos, a Rowan Marshall? Is Marshall done now that TDK's arrived? Did we say, yes, Sarong's already gone. Luke Jackson? And what about my boy, Horn Francis? Now he's freed from the spell of Ken Hinkley.
The pick is currently in. The Corporate Ruse has made their selection. This will be
I'm announcing
the 31st overall pick in this draft.
The 31st pick of the Game Day Squad Aussie Rules draft for the Corporate Ruse will be, Jackie Sinclair. I like it. One of those win now moves. Obviously, an absolute stud running around that back line. He's just been a solid player to have. He's going to have defender status. He's going to be someone that the Corporate Ruse will be able to just play, set and forget next year down back. I like it. Late pick, but definitely someone that you can build off for next year. So, yeah, I really like it.
Absolutely. Good pick. Great average. Like, the defenders are a little easier to pick, in my opinion, than the forwards because they do have that little bit more of a buffer in average. Like, we saw Sinclair sort of sit around that 120, 115 average over the season. And especially when he has games where he can push a little higher up the ground, we've seen him go nuts. So, a very, very good pick. But next on the board, the 32nd overall pick is going to be going to Such Is Fife. Which...
Yep.
Fife had a fantastic year, and now he's retiring. He didn't have a fantastic year. He's had a fantastic career, is what I was going to say. He is now retiring, and we will no longer be seeing Big Fife in the Freo colours, which is a little sad.
He was an absolute weapon.
Was my time where he was coming up and he was the best in the competition, and that's what I got to see when I was, in those younger years, and just saw him being a dog.
I remember there was a stat, and it was like average Brownlow points per game, and it was just like he was just miles ahead of even someone like a Gary Ablett. Yeah, he's quite dominant. But that's who Fife is not going to be selecting here. You're selecting their picks here. Again, do you look at maybe who's the highest averaging player? Let's have a look. That hasn't been selected so far. It's Rowan Marshall. He's right there. Huey McCluggage is another one. And then you go into the guys of...
Rowan Marshall hasn't even been spoken about. That is a massive W for English gang. Get back on board. It's no better time. If you know, you know. If you remember, English gang party will be having a good off season.
We haven't had a Tom Green, have we? No Tom Greens. No Isaac Heaney's. No Richards or Dales. Myers is still off the board on the board. Yeah. Jordan Clark, Timmy Taranto. Remember Timmy Taranto? He was fun 2 years ago.
Timmy T.
Yeah.
Timmy T was very fun a couple years ago. Cal, Such As Fife is currently on the board. Their selection is in. I would like you to take away the 32nd pick in this draft.
With the 32nd pick in the Game Day Squad Aussie Rules draft, Such As Fife selects Huey McCluggage, Brisbane Lions. Good pick.
Win now. Get him for a couple of years. Maybe Neil's sort of on the out as well. Do we see a bit of an increase for Hugh McCluggage to sort of become the number one?
My concern
Ashcroft comes into it.
Yeah. My concern is, does Levi start taking his minutes next year in that midfield and start getting his hands on the footy? That would be my only concern with Huey McCluggage. But hopefully he's a great mentor for my boy. I really like the pick.
Fair enough. But I can tell you what you don't have to worry about is Levi Ashcroft taking the minutes. That's for sure. Maybe in like three years, 100%.
Well, I'm playing the long game here. I'm playing the long game.
Oh, 100%. Anyway, do we have the movementarians ready to go? Just going to confirm. Not movementarians. Apologies. Who have you got? We have the Russ Man, indeed.
We can have the movementarians come back on if he wants to change his Zorko pick. We'd love that. Where are we up to? This is the Classic Cup winner. 33?
Classic Cup winner?
Absolutely. We
Contender.
are bringing on the coach
Not
that
contender winner.
No, Classic Cup.
I think it's contender winner, isn't it?
Classic Cup.
Yeah, it's contender.
Contender? Am I in shambles?
I don't know. I think you might be in shambles, mate.
You've got the list. You tell us where it's from.
Or is this Such as Fife on the line here?
No, this is Rustman, guys. You got me?
Yes. Okay, Russ Man. I've got you, mate. You've got the GDS Cup winner, if I'm not mistaken, coming in
That's the one.
with the Russ Man. Are you ready to go live? We'll pull you up on the stream, mate.
Yeah, sure.
Beautiful. Let's do it. Welcome the Russ Man to the draft here for Game Day Squad. This is the Aussie Rules draft. You had a fantastic cup. Now, for anyone that doesn't know, and what's different about this pick that Cal said before, is that the GDS Cup is a combination of a bunch of players and coaches that go head to head with each other until there is only one winner, and you are looking at that one winner right here in the Russ Man, mate. What a fantastic achievement to get through every single one of those rounds and then come out as victorious in the end.
Yeah, it was a bit of luck in the end. Actually, nearly lost one of the early rounds because I didn't set my team on the Thursday night before cutoff. Had a mate message me. Had a mate message me like just before cutoff and say, "You've got 3 outs."
You've got 3 outs.
So you've gone from not being able to stay on top of the squad, get it all sorted, to then battling your way back, getting in some ripping form, and then taking it out in the end. And who was defeated in the final?
Knocked off the Monkman, third in class, champion. Yeah. So that's an awesome achievement. You did it pretty easy in the end. Well, it sounds like the hardest part was the first week.
Yeah, I think it was week 1 or week 2. Yeah, it was really early on.
Well, mate, you know why we're here today. We're here to get you to select a prize card, which will be a collectible that you keep from this point forward. How have you found the draft so far, all the players that have been selected? And I'm sure you're pretty excited to let us know who you'll be taking.
Yeah, look, I was pretty lucky getting a couple of those auto picks come through because then it pushed me up a few spots. The top 10 was pretty accurate to what I thought was going to happen.
Yep.
But then, yeah, there was some, like I didn't think Whitfield would go that early, and there's a few that jumped up, which helps me out what I was trying to do.
Yeah,
absolutely,
right.
Mate. Well,
what did you think of my Levi pick?
Oh, I hated it. That was my pick.
Oh, was it? Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
that makes me feel so good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, mate, why don't you get into now who you'll have to pick in this spot at 32?
Yeah, I'm between 2. One's Tom Green, the other one's Horn Francis.
Oh, great selections.
I think I'm going to go Horn Francis.
Love it.
Jason.
Absolutely love the pick. Is he going to be a forward next year, Horn Francis? Is that
locked in? That's the hope. I don't think he will.
I think so. I think so. There's a good chance he can become a forward. Look, it could be a bit of a coin flip, but you're going to have to take a coin flip chance at times. And Jason Horn Francis is a very good player when he's healthy.
He's good. Like I said, I would have wanted him before, but I didn't want to double up on him and the other Port guy I've got. So that's a fantastic pick, mate. Congratulations again, getting all the way through the cup. It's fantastic that, you're able to do that, knock off a few people.
He's the first cup winner of all time for Aussie Rules. That's in the history books.
There we go.
In the history books.
Fantastic effort, mate. Got through all of those coaches. Thanks so much for coming on the stream and announcing your pick in Jason Horn Francis. Cal's a Port fan, so I know you're loving that one.
Yeah, if I was wearing socks, I'd be wearing them up high right now. So, yeah, definitely go get some socks on, pull them up, and, enjoy your pick.
Cheers, lads.
Thanks for your time, mate. We'll catch you later.
Right, I've confused myself with the order. We had starter, contender, then cup.
Yeah, correct. Competitions first and then cups right at the end. But that's okay.
Too many
picks.
You
confused me as well.
Yeah. Well, that means pick 34 is the second cup, which is the Classic Cup,
And it's our last pick. How can you just get me some stats here? How long has this been going for?
We've been going the draft.
2 hours and 26. Well, this is OBS has been going for that, so maybe 2 hours here on the draft.
Yep. And I'm feeling better than I did before at the start.
It's a pretty ripping effort. Look, for everyone who has stuck around on the stream, for everyone that's commenting and stuff, it is a little difficult to be managing all of this. So we are sorry we weren't able to engage with you as much in the comments, but we've had a fantastic time. We really appreciate everyone's support over the journey. It's been a massive 2025 for Game Day Squad. I'm sure a lot of you that have been around here for a while would know that, man, things are moving quickly. We have a lot of exciting stuff that we've not only released this year, but we will be releasing soon. We love all the support. We love everyone that's been able to join us on the journey, but just know that things are only just getting started with Game Day Squad, and we have a long, long way to go until we get to where we want to be. So with that being said, and all of our thanks, we're going to head into the last pick in the draft, and then we can wrap this all up. What a draft it has been. A couple of surprise picks, but I'll tell you what, I think everyone sort of came in with a strategy. They knew what they wanted, other than you having to.
I knew what I wanted. I just had to call the audible. But no, I just want to echo what Tom said. That was lovely. But yeah, we definitely do appreciate it. We're really excited about where we're heading with this platform. And with all you guys as well. We couldn't do it without you. And yeah, we are by no means close to where we want to be. So yeah, massive off season, a lot of more exciting things to go, and hopefully some changes for next season's competition as well. That just keeps evolving this game to make it better and better. So yeah, we're keen to keep growing, and hopefully me taking someone like Levi Ashcroft shows you that we are here for the long haul. We're not trying to do this as a one-year wonder. I want to have someone like him play him for the next 10 years. So, Tom, pick 34. The last one, did we have junk time? Is it junk time? I know it's junk time on Discord. Was junk time?
Don't think so. Let's just quickly check. I can't see anything there.
No.
Junk time, is he there, mate?
Is that the coach?
Sure is.
Yeah.
That's okay, because look, the pick is in either way. I've gone through, I've found it. I will tell you this, out of the 34 picks that were made, 13, 14, 15, 16, he got the 17th ranked player
in his selection
on their list. So they are going to be pretty stoked when they find out that in the 34th pick in the 2025 Aussie Rules prize card draft, the Junk Timers will be selecting Tom Green from the GWS Giants.
Now,
back to back last overall selections for Tom Green. Maybe not the award that you exactly want, but the fact is that he's still in the conversation. We spoke about, he's a bit up and down. We're not too sure where Tom Green's going to be going with Finn Callahan there, etc. So Callahan went a little bit earlier than Tom Green, and probably maybe expected, but pretty ripper player to get at the last pick again. And unlike this year, I'm not going to say it's the best value pick in the draft.
Yeah, that one went a few picks ago. No, I think it's an absolutely great pick. You've got a good choice of people to choose from there at the end. The league is actually so deep. So yeah, we're glad, and hopefully everyone walking away actually feels like they've got an awesome player.
Yeah.
I know I definitely do, but Tom Green's fantastic. I think it's hilarious that he's gone last pick, back-to-back drafts. Last year we only had 20 picks. This year, of course, we had 34. So yeah, he's slid, but he's still a prize card. So yeah, congratulations. And again, congratulations to everyone who's walked home with a prize card. There are some fantastic players there. The card designs look pretty good. They're some of my favorites since we've started, so I'm pretty keen to get them out. I think they'll be happening in the next month or so. You'll start seeing all of them in preparation for 2026. So that is a hell of a draft board. I'm looking at it here, Tom. So
hell of a draft board, mate. I do think we owe everyone that's been here for a very long time a quick recap. Number 1, Harry Sheasel, Bailey Smith, Isaiah Wanganeen-Miller, Errol Goulden, Nick Dacos, Ashcroft, Will Ashcroft, Connor Rosie, Lockie Ash,
I will trade up.
X, and English Gang. In the next set, we had Noah Anderson, Lockie Whitfield, Jordan Dawson, Sam Darcy, Marcus Bontempelli, the Grass Eater and Matty Rao, Nick Martin, the best value pick in the draft, Zachy Butters, Josh Dunkley, and Andy B. Our next set here, Finn Callahan kicked it off. Colby McKercher, big Maxi Gorn with the auto pick. Zach Merritt, Maxi Holmes, Sammy Walsh, Caleb Sarong, the worst pick in the draft in Levi Ashcroft, Dane Zorko, and Jai Caldwell at 30 in my top 20. And then the last set of 4 there, Jack Sinclair, Hugh McCluggage, Jason Horn Francis, and Tom Green to wrap it all up again.
Mate, that's a hell of a board. Couple of comments flying in. Izzy, you said Tom, Mr. Irrelevant Green. That's a nod to the NFL draft where the last pick in the draft is Mr. Irrelevant, i.e. a Brock Purdy like. So I like that.
Great.
That's a great.
That's the nickname now.
And yeah.
Back-to-back years of being the last pick in the prize card draft, you get Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, absolutely. And Game Day Society, so that's Mighty Hoss, jumped in and said, Josh Dacos undrafted. I know a few people had him on their board, but he said, had him as a Samoki. You've got the list. Was there someone that kept popping up in people's list that maybe didn't go drafted? I know you've had a look at the whole list. I haven't had my eyes across it.
That's a great question. Let me have a look, see if I can find a consistent person that didn't go. Not really. Oh, actually, a couple times Jordan Clark came up.
Yep.
And Jordan Clark wasn't drafted, so that was interesting to see.
Gunners just before said Jordan Clark would have been a steal down here. Yep. And then someone else said Jordan Clark a late chance. So there's a couple of Clark truthers out there.
Yep.
Don't mind it.
Let's have a look. Josh Dacos did pop up, I think, twice.
Yep.
In some lists there, so there's definitely a little bit of interest, but not enough for someone to take the chance and actually get him in the draft. And then a couple of Ed Richards more in the tail end for some of our coaches.
Yeah, wouldn't have minded Ed Richards, good player.
But surprisingly, in the last 4 picks there, we sort of didn't really go over halfway for any of them. So they got sort of within their top 15 or so. So we really didn't get to explore what that real tail end looked like.
As someone who had a pick late, you're not focusing on the first half. You just put names. You just almost start your draft because there's no point putting down a Sheasel, Smith, etc., etc. So, yeah, no, I think Tom, that's been a fantastic afternoon for another year of Aussie Rules. That wraps things up. Well, it doesn't. We've still got finals going on. We've got 2 more weeks of that, which will, yeah.
What's finals? Swans don't know what that is.
No, we clearly haven't been troubling that. The rugby league guys will be back here this same place, same time next week with their draft. That's going to be fantastic, hosted by the Fantasy Bros. And we've just got so much going on at the moment. Basketball starting this Thursday. Football's back overnight after the international break. We've got finals here, finals there, and then Women's Aussie Rules. And, of course, a lot of other things happening. So a lot happening. And, a lot to get excited about.
Oh, absolutely. Look, the boys next week in the Fantasy Bros are going to be here drafting. They're going to be in a similar boat to you. Just funnily enough, I think their picks go a little earlier than you, so they won't have to be stressing as long.
Oh, no, they'll be stressing.
But they'll be both selecting in the draft as well. So if you are wanting to see that, it's going to be a very similar format to what we're doing today with 2 new blokes and then also just talking about a different sport in the rugby league. Again, thanks for everyone who's come out, watched the draft. For all of those who did participate in the season and won, a massive congratulations again. It is a huge achievement to be able to get a prize card. And it's definitely something you will hold very, very close to your heart. They are so cool, and especially when you get them on the field as well and into your squad and they're doing and they're playing well, then it's just the greatest feeling. So with that all done, the draft has been concluded. We'll officially close it. It's been a fantastic afternoon. And, we can't wait to see you back here, same time, same place, but for rugby league. So to all of those coaches, the best of luck this week. Hold those nerves, and we'll see you all there, hey?
See you, everyone. Cheers.